60-second timeout. Cougar foul, number 10, Sydney Freeman, her third, team sixth. Oakhill foul, 33, Adriana Trexler, her second, team fifth. Rebound bucket.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell a home, the opportunity is better than ever. Take advantage of the falling interest rates. Real estate provides the highest returns, the greatest values, and the least risk. The best investment opportunity will not fit into a safe deposit box, but you can live in it. Go with the tradition of trust. When you are ready to buy or sell, call me, Michelle Stanger at Stanger Homes at 812-219-2307 and start packing.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Indiana High School Athletic Association 2A State Championship. Yours truly, Kevin Rader, Dan Phillips, Heather Rader, all live from the Walton Funeral Service press box at Lucas Oil Stadium. And may I say, this is the highest Walton Funeral Service press box I've ever been in. Big D, we got a big ball game today. Adams Central coming in at 13-1, Linton coming in at 12-2. There's so much to talk about, a lot of similarities with these two teams. But Adams Central lone loss to a school called Garrett at 20-7, the first one of the year. But then after that, they just ripped off about 13 straight. Linton Miners, of course, losing to Marion and then Boonville. The fourth straight appearance in the state title game for Adams Central. Unbelievable. Finished runner-up to Lutheran every other time they've been here. But interesting, Big D, Linton's the first top 10 team that they've faced.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will look at the schedule strength. They kind of play in the Allen County Conference over there. South Adams is a power over there. Those two usually are big rivalries, kind of like Linton and Sullivan is. But, you know, you look out at the field, you almost see kind of a mirror situation. Not a lot of big numbers, not a lot of big bodies. When you watch their film, it's very similar. Minor fans will most certainly recognize the offense is it's essentially what we do, except the quarterback is under center. Like teams of our past, they don't throw the ball a lot. Their quarterback, I think, 79 passes all year. So, but the numbers are high in terms of percentages and touchdowns. So what that means is teams get sucked in and don't think the pass is coming, and then they quite obviously can't pass it. They got the mentality that they're going to run the ball down your throat, just like Linton has the mentality of running down the throat. So it's going to be two programs with similar ideas, similar backgrounds, a lot of young working kids from the counties.
But they've been on the big stage.
Yeah, there's
nothing new here. This is like a regular season game for them.
Not a surprise at all. And I can tell you the difference between the 2015 Miners and the 2016 Miners, that first year being there was a bit of a mind blower. You know, the kids were a little overwhelmed by just the atmosphere. The 2016 kids came in who had been there the year before were much more relaxed. And honestly, we were down on the field a minute ago. They seem pretty relaxed for Miners.
Let's hold off on that because we want to come back and let you Big D tell you about some of the conversations he's had. But right now, I want to turn it over to Heather.
Well, we want to say good morning to all of you. It's been an early morning for all of us here in the press box. We want to first off say thank you to the Indiana High School Athletic Association for entrusting us all season to bring every week high school football to all of you. And this is pretty amazing for the city of Linton, for the fans and the community members of Linton, and we're glad to have all of you joining us. Now, for those of you that are online that are already asking where is the picture, we have promoted this a lot this week that we cannot show the field of play because the IHSAA actually has their own broadcast team to do so. So what you see currently on the screen right now with the header and the scoreboard is what will be shown during today's broadcast. We're thankful, though, that we're able to kind of tweak this a little bit. So you're going to see extra sponsors that are going to be in rotation during today's game. And then you're also going to see, as I'm going to put up right now, you're going to see a crawl at the bottom that lists our season sponsors as well as some friends and family as well. So we're very excited for you to be able to join us today, as Kevin mentioned, from the Walton Funeral Press Box, dedicated to professional, compassionate service that leaves kind memories since 1915. Todd and Cindy Walton are proud of their family's heritage, and they have been there for the community for over a century and look forward to serving for many more years to come. They are your lamp of hope when you need them most. We should also mention, too, that this scoreboard tonight is sponsored by Linton Cycle Sales of Linton, as they are every single week. Linton Cycle Sales is Southern Indiana's most preferred power sports dealer since 1973 and have been proudly serving the community for over 50 years. Dane and his staff offer sales, service, and parts, so be sure to come to see them for the best deals in the area. And I'm not sure if they're open today on Black Friday, but that might be worth a try. We should also mention that our touchdown sponsor is Michelle Stenger with Stenger Homes. Buyers have more motivation to buy before the end of the year with tax break implications. So don't wait. Give Michelle at Stenger Homes a call at 812-219-2307. Coming up after a bit, the starting lineups will be brought to you by Klusner Construction of Linton. Whether it is a remodel or a new construction home, you'll know it'll be done right the first time, every single time you choose Klusner Construction. So call Tony Klusner or Bart Wade of Linton today. Today's quarter sponsor is Key Associates of Linton, serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years. Key Associates of Linton has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. So whether you're looking to buy your dream home or next investment, or sell your current home to enter into the next chapter of your life, Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks are there for you every step of the way. They are your key to the very best. Tonight's timeout sponsor is Hall's Excavating. If you need excavation work, then you need to call Hall's Excavating. They do site work, utilities, septics, and lane clearing. They even offer drain camera and cleaning as well. So call them in Linton at 812-699-0200. Today's halftime sponsor is Bender Lumber of Linton. Best of luck to the Linton Miners at state finals. Bender Lumber proudly supports our area athletes, from building supplies to expert help with your projects. Bender Lumber has you covered. Everyone at Bender Lumber says good luck today, Linton Miners. And finally, we want to encourage all of you to stay tuned to the E2 Custom Creations postgame show. The holiday gift season is now here, and at E2 Custom Creations, they help you create the perfect personalized gift for your special person by laser engraving on a variety of materials. If you have an idea or simply need help having an idea, give them a call at 812-798-0174 or visit them on Facebook today. And that wraps up this morning's pregame sponsor show. Kevin?
Well, as we look down here on the field here at the home of the Indianapolis Colts, you see The Miners in their red, they're basically all red with blue numerals, and the Jets of Adams Central coming out in all white with red numerals. Big D, if you're playing football in late November, you've done something right in high school football in Indiana.
That's exactly right. It's always been a motto at Linton, nothing finer than playing November football. The rest of the county teams are all looking at basketball, probably played some games in there, but, this is what you look forward to. And I know every year Coach Oliver and the team, this is what they want to accomplish, and it is extremely hard in football in particular. You've got to go through some traveling. The weather plays a role into it, but how they've been able to remain composed. You got to go back to the Greencastle game when it really looked like, guys, it looked like we were going to get defeated down at the end of that contest, and then the kid misses that long field goal. The defense made a stand, and then we come back and we just crush South Vermilion. I think that might have been before that, but to overcome that's probably the big thing I like about this team is many people have said maybe it's not the best overall team, but they're giving a run for the money for that. But they are certainly one of the toughest, mentally toughest teams. How many times have they scored late in the first half, and how many times have they had the drive, the Lutheran drive last week and the Brownstown drive? Those are two classic Miner drives.
Yeah, remember when Coach Oliver said early in the season, I think my team got slapped in the face, and they did not slap back. They did the whole rest of the year.
I tell you, that was a turning point. When they came out against the Monrovia Bulldogs, really were fearful, after that Marion game being manhandled, and they responded. They stood up, and that was a dogfight. And you wonder, had they lost that game and went 0-2, I still think they would have rebounded. There was a lot of searching, I think, in places I didn't think we were going to have to search for. At some areas that we thought were going to be solid, turned out we had to work people around. And really by that Greencastle game, the middle of the year Greencastle game, to me it felt like the second half things gelled. T-Bone Howard at nose tackle. Aiden Sparks was now the defensive tackle. Chris Lyons and Scarborough and Franklin, they all solidified themselves on the offensive line.
And McBride at quarterback.
Well, the silent assassin is my nickname now for him because nobody really talks much about it. The big talk usually is what happened to Oliver. Well, the big talk on the internet has been, your quarterback's been out. He hasn't been out. He's been playing wide receiver. He comes in just perfectly. Last week was perfect, Kevin. We needed the grinded out yards to use the clock, and Oliver came in and got 98 yards and about 13 carries.
Let me say something about Braylon McBride, because I really believe he has been a perfect model because of this. He disseminates the ball to the players who need it.
Yeah.
And he's been able to make those kids into game breakers.
Playmakers.
Because, playmakers. He puts the ball where it needs to be, and he may not be getting all the headlines or whatever until the end of the day when you're looking at the passing stats or the running stats.
286 yards last week. 286 yards is his game high, and that beat the one he had the week before, which was 250. So he's throwing the ball really well right now. He has 20 touchdown passes, 1,700-plus yards, and only 7 interceptions.
And I've said it before, but if he did not mature in that position, I do not believe this team would be here.
We would be going back to one-dimensional. I think really the key was having McBride do so well at quarterback. And we saw glimpses of this last year. There was a couple of series where he came in. I was like, whoa, he can throw it. Now this year he's added the run. He keeps it. He's quick. He's a McBride.
But he's allowed Paul Oliver to grow. I mean, Paul Oliver is such a do or triple threat, really.
Yeah, and teams almost have to shade the safety over. And what happens when that happens? Well, then Hayden Feltner, who already was making plays as a junior last year, now this year he's got more catches than Paul. Paul has more yards than him.
You were down, though, talking to these kids a little bit on the field. And believe me, all three of us were, and it's a thrill to be down there while the kids were working out a little bit. But, Big D, you bent some ears down there. Tell me what you learned.
Yeah, well, the first thing I did is got stopped by Garrett Mason, who was on that 2016 team as a fullback. We called him the Blue Mule back in the day. And we were remembering the big play with Tyler Muir, and I'm looking right down at the spot where he and the Pioneer linebacker crushed heads to score the touchdown to put the Miners ahead. But, yeah, I always search out some guys if I have a chance. Jesse Voigtchild, of course, one of my favorite guys. And who would I see when I picked up my T-shirt than Pierce Jackson, who I talk about being number 8. He's another number 8 that I love. So they were all fired up. But, yeah, I asked Jesse, I said, this is it. This is it. This is what it comes down to.
By one of the best and my most memorable photos I've ever taken in sports was the day that they won the state championship, and Coach Oliver went over to give him a hug. And
Jackson?
Yes,
Yeah.
and that emotion, and I've seen that circulating.
And the thing about that is
this week.
that was the 2015 team that
the
lost.
2015.
So I remember seeing Pierce and Coach Oliver in an embrace because they were really close. Pierce lost his dad, Brian lost his dad, so there's a kinship there. But I went up to each of the players I could, and most of the guys are just fired up, we're ready to go. But a couple of guys were like, it's our time. Said things like, you have to hit them from play one. They have to know you mean business. So they seem to be very loose.
I thought the same
tense.
thing. I thought the same thing.
They're not tense and kind of uptight. They're joking around and running around like a very loose guy. I did talk to Andrews. Andrews is seven tackles from breaking the all-time record of tackles at Linton. That's been there since 1986. So that's going to be special. Another thing I think is special is Paul is at 914 receiving yards. So if he could get enough to get over 1,000, what's the first 1,000-yard receiver we've had in ages at the wide receiver position?
And, I saw him down there. He was getting a ball out of the game bag, and I walked over, and he stood up, and we were looking at each other, and all I said was, you belong here.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else you notice, how big he is when you stand next to him.
With pads. I mean, he's big anyway at 6'4", 6'5", and then you put pads on him. He's mammoth. Heather?
So let's do another round of housekeeping if we can for just a moment here. So as always, we're not able to stream directly on the Champions Network just because that is where the paywall is for the football game today. So we have our game actually streamed a couple of different ways. You can go to RaderMediaSports.com. Rader is with an E, and it is directly right on the homepage. I've got it embedded into the homepage of the site. So all you have to do is literally, when you open it up, you'll see the footballs, you'll see the scoreboard ready to go. You can click on that. You can also go to our YouTube page, which is where it is being streamed to right now. And I have a chat window up. I want to say hello to Mark Gaither from the Creek, who is watching. So we want to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to check in with us if you can. And also, if you want to go to Facebook and check in with us, we're going to try to do some shout outs during today's broadcast. So once again, you can go to RaderMediaSports.com, or you can go to our YouTube station, which if you go to Rader Media Sports, it's going to take you right to YouTube. And we'd love to be able to hear where you're watching from. We already see some people back home, Kevin, in your home state of Nebraska that are watching, so we're excited to see that. And we're going to take a really quick 60-second timeout to hear from the Indiana High School Athletic Association. This is Rader Media Sports.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career, your first pay raise, the 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family, or the day of your last car loan payment, much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree, we care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, and we want to say that we obviously want to give many thanks to the sponsors that signed on at the very beginning of the season and entrusted us to promote your business during this football season. We thank those that decided at the very end of the season, right before the state tournament, to jump on board as well. So we're happy to have you. And then we also want to say thank you to those families, individuals, and couples that chose to give a shout out to some people during today's broadcast. We also want to go ahead now and toss it back, if Big D, if you're ready, to do the starting lineups that are, again, as mentioned, sponsored by Klusner Construction of Linton. So whether it is a remodel or a new construction, you know it'll be done right the first time, every time you choose Tony Klusner and Bart Wade of Linton today. Big D, take it away.
Well, what we know about the Jets of Adams Central, if you're thinking about it, they got red helmets that have the exact same Jets logo as the New York Jets. It's in white, so that's what they look like. Linton, of course, always the same with the L on the side of the helmet. They're led by the quarterback, who is just a sophomore, Jamison Roach, 5'9", 165. He is the third leading rusher. This team essentially has 3 guys that run the ball a lot, maybe even 4 guys that run the ball a lot. 3 guys over 800 yards each. Roach, the quarterback, is one of them. He has 11 touchdowns, 7.2 average. He'll keep and run around the outside in quite a bit. It's basically an option. If he's not handing off to Mike Heiser, who is a senior, 5'11", 190, he has 1,224 yards, 20 touchdowns rushing, carried the ball 195 times. He'll pitch it to Aaron Hirschby, who wears number 31, coming in motion from the wing. He's another senior, 5'11", 180. Then what the other guy will do is if they don't pitch to him, he will then kind of back pitch it the other way, kind of a counter to Drew Carr, number 23, 5'7", 160. Now this kid, he has very much speed. He's the kind of guy that we see running quite a bit. Max Carr has to be a brother or a cousin. He's the tight end at 6'1", 190, and they do run a tight end. Jarrett Smith, senior, 6'1", 175. And I see we've now got a special guest. And Darren, you remember last time we were up here in this booth together.
Absolutely.
Darren Clayton, the athletic director for Linton High School, joining us here now. What's it been like for the team and everything, Darren?
I'm not sure about the team. I know they had a good time coming up here Wednesday to practice, and sure they had a good bus trip up here. I'm sure a lot of them got a little extra sleep on their way up here, but I'm sure they're fired up and ready to go now.
They seem really loose, Darren. That is, you're either really, really tight or you're really loose, and this group seems to be really loose.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, one of the concerns has got to be the fact that they've been here 3 years in a row, and this is the first trip for our kids, even though they've been here to watch, back, most of them were here back in 2015 and 2016 to watch, those 2 runs. But, these guys have been here, and we'll have to bring our A game, which you need to bring your A game when you're at this point.
Yeah, back in our time of doing it, Linton rarely ever played on turf. And that was one of the issues coming here, was how do we react to this turf? But these days, the away games, we've seen quite a bit of action.
Yeah, we have 4 games this year. I think we've already played on turf, so it shouldn't be a problem with that. They were able to get used to the environment. I think that's the big thing when you come up here to these big buildings is, for your punt return people and your pass receivers is judging where the ball's at, with the big environment.
Darren, I hate to say this, but we were down on the field earlier, and it kind of reminded me of a football version of Hoosiers in that you look at the field and you say, okay, it's the same size.
Exactly.
Do you need to get the tape measure out and show them that, look, this is the exact same?
Right, and that's probably some things that Coach talked about on Wednesday when we were up here doing their practices. It is the same, and it's with basketball, the Hoosier thing is right with the 10-foot rim, but that court for college and the pros is 10 feet longer than a high school court, but this is indeed no different than what you play on every week.
It's certainly a big deal. How's the community? I mean, ticket sales, looks like the fans are getting pretty fine.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll end up, doing a pretty good job of filling in that lower section down there on our part. I apologize to anybody who was out there this morning standing in the cold. They told us at the meeting the gates were going to open at 9. I get here this morning at 9. They don't open the gates till 10. So apologize to anybody who had to wait out in the cold for that. Not sure where the –
Well, there was some pork out there. There was some food being cooked. There was some activity going on out there. So there was plenty of ways to keep warm.
Absolutely. I didn't bring a coat, so I wasn't planning on standing in line. So I stayed in the car until I could get in.
Well, tell me a little bit about what you think this has been like for the school. I mean, how does the school benefit, other than financially or whatever, with selling tickets? But, I mean, this is a big deal.
It really is. I mean, our community does a good job of supporting. I hope we have a good student section filling in down there as well as, what our community will bring. It's good to see the band and the cadets here. They're going to do a performance at halftime. So looking forward to that as well. It just brings everybody together and, and support. And I think it just brings the community as a whole together.
Well, a lot of people have been talking about past glory down here in that, the Miners this team may not have been here before, but the Miners have a history here.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that means a lot that we've been here in this situation. And, both of these teams have been here in this situation, and hopefully we can come out on the better end of this today. I know there's been a lot of talk online, and hopefully all that's friendly talk, and everybody's going to support their team, and
honestly,
hopefully our team comes out on the good end today.
How about how far this team has come, Darren, when you figure first loss to Marion, where it was like, I think a lot of people thought, well, the wheels have come off, and then there was a second loss, and we had Paul getting hurt for a while. There seemed like where's this season going to go? Are we teetering on the edge? Maybe we felt like that on the outside. I'm not so sure they ever felt that way.
I don't think they did, and I think the Boonville game was a little bit of a wake-up call, more so than the first game of the year. I think the first game of the year was a little bit of a wake-up call, but I don't,
just by the margin.
Exactly.
I think you expected the Marion to be good, but we went down and scored, and we thought, oh, hey, we're with them.
Right, exactly, and then all of a sudden, but I thought after the second half of the first Greencastle game, I think we've played pretty good football since then.
I agree. I think it's a matter of finding the guys in the right spot, getting the repetitions where they know. We were kind of experimenting, putting people in different places, and the offensive line got more set. Defensive line, we got guys going one way now that weren't going one way. And, of course, the silent assassin, which is now Braylon's nickname for me, he's just kind of come in and slithers around out there and makes plays out of nothing sometimes. He can run the ball, which I think is something we didn't expect that to happen. And it's made us now have two threats on that receiving core that you double one, then Feltner's out there. Now, you can't discount Cooper at all either. So that double threat there, I think, has made the biggest change for our minor team this year.
One of the things that I think might try to catch them off guard with today, it seems like any time we've moved Paul to quarterback here lately, it's been all run.
Yeah.
And we know Paul's capable of throwing the ball too. So I think maybe if we get to a point in this game where we need a score on a drive or something, we put Paul back there and they're going to be expecting that to be a run.
Yeah. And I'll tell you,
and we surprise them with the pass.
I'll tell you the thing I'm waiting for, Darren, is now I don't know how many noticed last week, but Braylon McBride slid out at wide receiver. So now when does he come in motion, get the pitch? You'd think a coach would see that, but that's the
Players
ability
might not.
to do that.
But we've not done it, so they haven't seen it on film. So you're right. You
just
give him that ball rolling out to his right there and let him throw it.
I know, in a do-or-die situation. But I'm with you. I think we're playing the best to get past Brownstown and to get past Lutheran. And I think the fact is under duress, having to come back, make those drives where you can't make a mistake, or your season's over, and they've done it twice in a row.
Yeah,
not to mention Greencastle.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, a lot of Linton teams in the past, I don't mean this to sound ugly or anything, but we've had some teams in the past that would have folded whenever things didn't go their way. Just being honest. I mean, and this team doesn't do that. This team, when something goes wrong, they just move on to the next play and keep going at it.
Darren, can I talk to you about the facilities? We kind of like this press box.
I loved it. I mean, whenever Dan and I came up here the first year in 2015, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to call a game way up here. I can't see anything.
You can't hear anything.
Yeah, and then once you get up here, it's so easy to tell where the ball is and who's got it, and it's really pretty nice.
Yeah.
Now we see the stats piped in. We're getting spoiled up here, Darren.
We didn't have that. Remember, they brought us the stats after every quarter on paper.
Now, the one thing I worry about,
means
though,
I don't have to do anything.
and this is me being the sound guy, though, is you are thoroughly enclosed here.
Yeah.
And I really love hearing the game.
Yeah,
and the fans.
Absolutely, but it is enclosed, but it is neat, and I told the people from the IHSAA this. I really feel like when you come up here, they treat you like it's a Colts game. I mean, they truly do, and that's a great experience. I think that's the same for the kids on the field. I think it's the same for our fans, and I think it's the same for you guys up here.
Well, Darren, don't be a stranger. If you want to stop back in later sometime today, please do. It's a great opportunity to have you.
It's a long way up here. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but at the end of the first quarter, our champion educator, the players voted, and Coach Burns is going to be receiving the champion educator award at the end of the first quarter. So
That's
he's
awesome.
excited. He'll get to go out on the field.
They're not going to give him a mic, are they? It could be.
I did during baseball.
I know. Well, you know it.
But I am so happy for him. What a great choice that the kids made in that. I mean, here's somebody that even though he teaches in the elementary, he's had an impact on these kids throughout their their school career, and then he continues to have great relationships with our kids after they get out of school.
Darren, when you and other people were kind enough to recommend that maybe we look into using him for baseball, there were kids coming in who are now adults who were coming in and saying, you know,
Yep.
I remember you, and do you remember this? And I mean, I swear, almost every time we went somewhere, somebody came in.
Yep, it's great. I'm really glad that he's gonna receive that award today. So, like I said, that's at the end of the first quarter. Want to give you a heads up on that.
I appreciate it. All right, well, we'll let Darren get back to his official duties. And, of course, we're still about, 32 minutes away yet from this game getting started. But why don't we take a break, Heather? You tell me. You go ahead.
I'm going to do as we've mentioned, we're going to do some check-ins for those that decide to let us know where you're watching from, either on our YouTube channel during a chat or on our Facebook page. We have another viewer that is watching. Mike Gabbard and his family are watching from Idaho. So
welcome.
We're very excited to welcome you to the broadcast this morning. We should also mention that on our Facebook page, Jeff Hall, who transported the Linton Miners, is watching in the stands and says he's ready for us to call the Miners to a victory. So thank you very much. Mildred Angleton says, good luck, number 61, play your best, have fun, go Miners. Grandma is home watching, but your mother, older brother Blake, and your sister are there, plus every other family member. We're very proud of you all, so thanks for that. Margaret and Simon, the blue light is on and is listening from the home of Oscar Pete, while chaos and constructions continue around her. So
but can we say Brock has made sure
her blue light, Brock Anderson Construction, one of our
sponsors, has made sure in the middle of that construction that front blue light never went off.
We also want to say hello to Sandy Magine, who's listening from home, as well as Danny Shonk says that he is in the house of Lucas Oil. So that's pretty cool. I have to give one personal thing. I am directly across from Jeff Saturday's Wall of Honor. Yeah.
So if she loses concentration off and on during the
my
game.
day's made. I love the impact Jeff Saturday has now off the field.
Maybe this will be the day he comes through to see a small school football game.
Oh my gosh!
You know, one thing I fear, and I've already told Heather this, for whatever in my mind.
Right.
And it's hard for me sometimes to lose that. And that's why I just wrote Lucas Oil Stadium right in front of my eyes, so that I try to make sure that I get it right, because you know, obviously many of you listening wouldn't be aware of this, but I covered things at the State House for a good 20 years when they were debating building this.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning came to the State House and lobbied, and I remember asking him out front of the State House, I said, you going to register as a lobbyist? And he looked at me like I was from the moon, because he wasn't going to do that. I guess I knew that, but I asked that question anyway, because I thought he came in, threw some passes around, how quickly they decided after that big D, we're building it.
We'll do it. And then Dayton came in and turned this place into a winning program.
Yeah,
for quite
sure
some time.
did. And that's why his statue is out front, graces the front of Lucas Oil Stadium. Let's take a break. Let's see, is there something special I'm supposed to read? There it is, the 2024 Class 2A IHSAA State Football Finals, Linton-Stockton Miners and the Adams Central Flying Jets from Lucas Oil Stadium. This is Rader Media Sports.
Hello there, I'm Corey Motter with Century 21 Sheets. Are you a first-time home buyer and you just don't know where to start? Perhaps you're looking to downsize and you need a listed property and get top dollar. In any of those situations, you need a professional agent on your side. I have successfully opened doors for clients for over the last 4 years, and it is a complete pleasure of mine to be able to help them end one chapter and begin a new one. Navigating the real estate market can be complex, but with the right guidance, it doesn't have to be. Let me help you understand the housing market, and let's negotiate the best deal. So together, let's open a new door and close it with Corey.
Good at a lot of things, like cheering on the Miners to victory. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Jathan Wright is good at making sure your insurance needs are just right for you. That's why Jathan is here to help you work through any questions you might have about your auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Then you can get back to making sure the Miner fan section is louder than the other team. Talk to Jathan. Stop in or submit your information online and give him a call at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, and we are going to join back with Big D for tonight's, or this morning's, I'm going to have to get used to saying that. I am starting lineups sponsored by Klusner Construction.
Well, we talked about the skill players. Mentioned that their main receiver has been Max Carr, number 28, tight end, 6 foot 190. Looks like he's been the main receiver, as well as Braylon Reber, 24. He's a 6'4" now. He has some size at 195. He comes in at receiver as well. I've seen him run 2 receivers out, but usually it's a tight end and it's one guy split out. That means this front line has got to be powerful. They've put out some big numbers. They are led by senior Tristan Lentz, number 59. He is the left guard, 6 foot 195. The center, Carter Beaver, is a junior, 6 foot 245. On his right is Cameron Fravel. He wears number 79. He's a junior, 6 foot 205, and he's the one the minor coaching staff have been talking about. Nate Gierkin, number 60, another junior, 5'10", 240. And the sophomore, Ben Hershey, is at the left tackle, 5'7", 225. What stands out there to me is 4 underclassmen. So for this team to have been back to back to back, some of these guys had to have played as youngsters. Defensively, they've been led by 162 tackles by the aforementioned Max Carr. He plays linebacker. They have 3 linebackers. Hayden Bloom, a 5'10", 170 junior, and Reese Hammond wears number 4. He's a sophomore, 5'7", 155. Bloom with 107 tackles, Reese Hammond with 85. 4 down linemen that I saw in the game was Tristan Lentz, the senior, 6 foot 195, and then Fravel, 6'2", 205 junior. Those two play offensive line. And then you got Carson Ross at number 54, senior, 5'9", 230, and Holden Shum, a senior, 6 foot 250 on the other side. With the defensive backfield tonight, Carson Schnitz, a senior, 5'10", and 160, and Braylon Reber, a 6 foot 4'11", 195 junior. They are the 2 cornerbacks. The safeties, Jarrett Smith and Drew Carr. So you're already hearing a whole lot of guys are going both ways for Adams Central. I can tell you just real quick, they have 49 players. We have 41, so pretty similar there. And both of these programs are rich with talent. The Miners, led by Braylon McBride. Braylon McBride is a senior, 5'9", 165, has 407 yards rushing. He is a 109 of 179 passing for 1,736 yards. That's a 61% passing average percent, I should say. 20 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. The running motor, almost the heart of the Miner offense, is Jesse Voigtschad, a senior, 5'7", 165. He has 1,366 yards rushing for 10 touchdowns, 199 carries, by far the most. He also has 3 touchdowns receiving on 9 catches for 163. Russell Goodman is one of the wingbacks along with Cooper Smith. Russell wears number 6. He's a junior, 6'2", 185. He has 412 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns, also 118 yards receiving, and has also thrown the ball 13 times, completing 8 for 88 and a score. Cooper Smith, he plays wingback, and he also kind of lines outside when we have 3 wide. He has 364 catches, 6 of those touchdowns. He's a wingback, so he carries the ball. Carried it more last week against Lutheran than he had all year. He has 200 yards rushing. I'm sorry, he's at 364 yards rushing. He's got 14 catches as well for 200 yards. Hayden Veltner, he had been running the ball a little bit from the wide receiver and had a couple big games. He's got 101 yards there, but his big numbers are receiving. 54 leads the Miners. He has 731 yards and 6 touchdowns. Paul Oliver, a man of very unlimited ability to play just about. I think you could put him at nose guard and he'd make a play. As many know, he was last year's quarterback, well over 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards passing. This year hurt his shoulder in the first game and came back and played defensive outside linebacker a couple of games later, and they just kept him at wide receiver. Now, we were going to do this anyway, so it's not a big surprise in Linton land, but I think Paul would have played more quarterback for the season, but it has worked out tremendously because Paul, he has 914 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns and has made some incredible plays, 50 catches. He's also thrown the ball quite capable of 60.7% completion ratio, 17 to 28 for 337. But then when he runs the ball, he's just a pure power runner. Right to him, and he just play after play. Lutheran was a 16-play drive. I think he carried it 14 straight times, and pretty awesome. 54 carries, 347 yards. So at any time you can see that. And that fuels the offensive line, which is Tyler Franklin, a sophomore, 5'11", 195, and Chris Lyons, a junior, 5'11", 185. On the left side, Dresden Kenworth has been solid at center all year at junior, 5'11", 185. Corey Andrews and Hank Jennings are the power side. Number 52 Andrews 6'3", 250. A junior, Hank Jennings 6'2", 250. A senior on the right side. Defensively, one name stands out right away. It's Corey Andrews, the junior inside linebacker. I just call him the menace because he just seems to be a menace all over the field. He is just 7 tackles shy of breaking, or tying, I should say 9 tackles, of the record that stood since 1986. He's got 177 tackles, 62 of those solo, 15 tackles for loss. Tate Gamble has come out of nowhere, a freshman on the sideline with a broken leg after week 1 in a JV game. Came back, rehabbed, got himself out there, and boom, he's in the starting lineup, 5'11", 165, quickly with 27 touchdowns. That moved Russell Goodman, who had been on the inside, to the outside. Russell had 135 tackles last year. He has 98 this year. Most teams would be ecstatic just to have that kind of talent. Russell has 9 tackles for loss. That puts him with Paul Oliver, 6'4", 215. So you got 2 big kids on the outside, as we saw against Lutheran. They can rush upfield. They jump, and they must have knocked down 5 or 6 balls, and it was Russell who had to pick off for a touchdown as well. The interior line is Hank Jennings. Always he's done. 3 of these guys were all state last year. Hank Jennings, Andrews, and Oliver. But we got key guys on the inside. Aiden Sparks, junior, 6'2", 210. He's got 11 tackles for loss. Hayden Feltner, McBride, Cooper Smith, and Voigtschad. All of these guys are on the defensive side. We do have 6 interceptions from Feltner, 4 from Braylon McBride, 2 from Voigtschad as well. Goodman with 2 picks as well. So we got some guys, and it's not really a surprise because all these guys are skill players that are playing the defensive backfield. Other guys you're going to probably see out there, Tyson Walker plays on all the special teams. Want to make sure to mention him. Singer, 6', 180. Can't go too far without mentioning Harrison James, 5'10", 155 sophomore, and Colin Webster, a senior, 5'9", 155. I don't want to leave out Tanner Scarborough. He's had some leg issues, but he's trying to fight through that. A sophomore, 6', 175. And Oliver Stevens, another one that we see on the special teams, and Ren Cottingham. I wanted to make sure to mention these guys because they're on the punt team, they're on the receiving team. You know, in games like this, if you're on that kickoff team, you've got to be a pretty special player. The coaches have confidence. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot of guys going on both sides of the ball tonight, Kevin, and that's small-town football at its best.
You know, I'm looking down, and Linton is very well represented. And, of course, as you might expect, whichever one you would like, Fanta Orange but the Adams Central Jets are well represented across the field as well. And as Big D has pointed out before, they're used to this stop. This is like just a regular part of their schedule at the end of the year for the last 3 years.
Yeah, and, you know, you mentioned that, and I should say that they've been here, and they lost to Lutheran.
Every time.
But the thing is, you know, these were tight games. That makes it even worse for these guys. I had to pay. There it is. They lost. They were in 1A. They lost 34-28. So that's a touchdown in 21. 30-13. I guess that was kind of a blowout. Then 35-28 last year. You know, for me, if I was an Adams Central kid, I probably wanted another shot at the Saints. That's probably what I was feeling like. So you wonder if there's a little bit of play that they had not studied Lutheran so heavily. But
they're also maybe thinking it's about time we didn't play them. I know how when we went up against Mater Dei forever and you were losing.
Finally didn't have to go through them. Well, when we won the championship, we didn't face Central Catholic, and we were kind of thinking to ourselves we would love to have a crack at them. But that's all. Hey, you're here. You're happy to be here.
Yeah, let me throw out some kudos here, and I know we already talked about Coach Oliver a little bit, and forgive me if you've already said this, but he's in his 12th year. He's led Miners to all 3 of their championship appearances, and that's pretty incredible.
Well, he took over after Steve Weber left, and Steve had a lot of success. I got the info here on him. He is I didn't change that, but we know we won last week, so it's pretty easy to decipher. He is.
I think it's 126 and 27, if I saw that correctly.
I got so much info. There you go. Yeah, 126 and 27.
Very good.
83% of his wins.
I do research too.
15 sectionals, 12 regionals, and now 3 semi-states under. Well, not under him altogether, but he is. He came in and kept everything going. It could have fell off after that. Regional, sectional, semi-state, hopefully going to get a blue ring this morning.
Well, I want to say thank you to all who have listened to us this week, because we've put out a couple of instructional videos as far as what today's game for us would look like. We're very honored to be here. Very honored to be here. Big D and I were talking, Kevin, while you were gone. As we walk through the hallways, we're getting a little bit of what would you say, Big D? What would you call it? A little bit of looks?
Yeah.
I'm very
side ganders.
I'm very proud of the fact that I am only one female producer today. I'm very excited about that, and I'm very proud to sit next to both of you, and I'm very proud to see where people are listening from. A number of people are actually, we want to say hello up above because they are actually listening to us down in the stands, but we want to give a big shout out to the crew who are listening today at Bear Run Mine.
Oh yeah.
So we want to tell all of you hello, and be safe obviously as well. For those that are reaching out and wondering why we don't have the field picture, this has been expressed a number of times this week that the only way to see the view of the actual game is to purchase the rights through the Indiana High School Athletic Association. It's $15 plus a service fee, and they have their own team that is in place to do that, but we're very honored to be able to be here to take the crew that has covered since day one of the season and to be able to promote all of the sponsors that you see in rotation at the bottom of your screen right now. Now keep in mind that the scoreboard is going to change. I'm going to manually run that as well as the clock. They're going through a number of announcements right now for evacuation plans if needed and safety and precautions. And so if you are in the stands and you are listening to this and you're taking any pictures, remember that they're property of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, but be sure to tag "This is your IHSAA" so that they could potentially use your pictures in upcoming features as well.
You know, you talked about people listening here. Really, no matter where you're participating with our cast today, I may be doing something that I've never done before. But, you know, we have a slogan sometimes when Jesse seems to break in the open where I'll say, "Run, Jesse, run." Don't be surprised if today, if he does that, if I say, all of you say it with me, "Run, Jesse, run."
I think a lot of people do.
I'm just saying that now. Big D, though, I want to go over something, and I know we brought this up as soon as we joined, went live today, but I think it's just really unusual that Linton will be the first top 10 team that Adams Central has faced this year.
Yeah, I mean, looking at
how can that be possible when Linton has played? I think they have played 4 top 5 teams just getting here.
I think I had this written down in somewhere else, but you know, Garrett to a 3A school, I think if they may still be playing too. I'm not sure. They went to semi-state. They lost that game 20-7, but since then they beat Eastside, Muncie
13
Central,
straight.
Jay County, Heritage. Now Heritage is usually pretty solid. South Adams has been pretty solid. Southern Wells, Bluffton. I mean, none of these I'm mentioning have been games. 27-7 with South Adams. They beat Bluffton twice. Churubusco 35-8. Eastside again 41-19. Eastern Green sectional wise, Eastern Greentown. Andran was probably the first real beast that they faced, and they won 20-13. So you know, they, I guess, a lot like us. Then they're not getting the respect.
But what you brought up right there, where you talked about 4 quarters, is where Linton has really separated themselves this year against undefeated quality football teams who have never been pressed earlier in the year.
Yeah, there's definitely games where, you know, it came down to, I mean, we were down and had to fight back, and I think the type of offense we run is designed to wither people out, wither the big guys out, and we've definitely seen proof of that. Going east and west and then darting up north, that these guys are tired of getting hit. I saw that definitely in the Luther contest, Lutheran for sure.
Right now, as you
really can't tell what anybody's saying.
No, and that disappoints me. I had hoped that we'd be able to hear some of the announcements and stuff here in the booth, but so far that is not the case. However, we might be able to make stuff out as far as when they make the calls and the like.
I'll tell you something else that is really, really one of the highlights for me is when they play the little snip before the guys come out of the tunnel. They'll pick the 4 captains, and that's really the most awesome. And they play that sad music that comes on every time. When Dylan Morris said on there, "We play for the ghost of past players." I mean, I began.
And he won the Mental Attitude Award.
I'll tell you what, Demo, if you're listening, I saw him on Facebook and got to talk to him, but he was really one of the guys that put the Miners got a lot of respect. A lot of people remember Dylan Morris, Demo, on that football field.
Well, and Big D, I know you talk about this a lot, and I think it's good for Linton that you do. But these kids that are playing today for a state title, at least on the Linton side, stand on the shoulders of other minors that came before them.
And I'm sure Adams Central, with the smallness of that school, and you see their roster, and you see some of these 4 names of Carr's got 4 different ones. Hershey's got a couple of them. So their family minors are down in the tunnel down there, and
They're getting ready to run out.
It's yeah. I mean, the Linton team has tried so hard for so many years to get respect and then keep respect, and then they have. I mean, they honestly have earned the statewide respect. There was a period of time when nobody thought Linton, even when we were undefeated, didn't think anything of the minors.
You know, there was, for those of you who don't know, and we're obviously waiting here for the minors to come out on the field. And, in fact, here they come. Let's just.
Well, we can hear those fans down below us.
Yeah, it's not as loud as I would like it. Boy, I would sure like to hear those fans. But the minors have taken the field here and lining up on the end zone, facing the field, getting ready for the national anthem. But I will say, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and one thing I like is The Mandalorian. And there is a saying in The Mandalorian, which I'm going to paraphrase and change a little bit because it fits the minors today. It says, when one chooses to walk the way of the minors, you are both hunter and prey. So today, you find out what you are.
Yeah.
Are you hunter or are you prey?
You know, I definitely feel like they're a hunter. They've been hunting for a while to get that respect. Once we jumped up to 2A, and I'll publicly say it, 1A wise was where we should have been on some of those teams. I think we had some teams that could have easily made their way to the state finals. I think we had the talent there. We just ran into, South Ridges and Mount Mater Days and some really tough 2A squads that were better than we were.
Yeah, it is interesting that both these schools really kind of established their programs as 1A.
Yeah.
And then when they moved up to 2A, I think the thinking was, well, it'll be more competitive. Well, in fact, those 1A schools have now emerged in 2A.
I know. A lot of people thought Lutheran last year was the best 2A team in the state, but they were in 1A.
And the fans, Linton fans, still applauding. Again, we cannot hear the PA, and that really disappoints me. But hopefully maybe when the game starts or whatever, that'll change for us. We're in a beautiful booth, but you just like to be able to hear what's going on. The anthem.
Oh, shoot.
Well, a great job on the national anthem. We tried to hold it up to the glass in here so that you could hear it, but I don't know that you could. The Miners, the only team out here for the national anthem, and they're now headed back in the locker room. They came out to participate in that ceremony.
And the Jets were in the tunnel. Now they are at the tunnel. You know, it's having a momentary flashback that I remember that we were trying to open these windows when they were here in 2015, but it just doesn't look like there's a way that they go up at all. Maybe for security reasons they have them blocked up, but it does considerably affect your.
I was told they were going to try to pipe some crowd noise in for us, but that has not happened as of yet. Yeah,
I would appreciate it if we you do that, Heather?
Let me see if I can.
Trying to find some other information. I had some information on the town. They're from Monroe in Allen County, and Monroe, a little over 900 people in this, so it's really a small town compared to Linton. But then the enrollment-wise is Adams Central's in the low 400s, and Linton is in the 370 range, so actually a little bit bigger school. But both of these teams are just by a hair into the 2A ranks. One of the big numbers from last week, Keith, the Miners had 466 total offense against the Lutheran Saints defense, which hadn't given up nothing like that.
Right now, the general manager for the Indianapolis Colts, that's Ballard, right? Chris Ballard.
They are promoting the official photographer of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Double Edge Media.
Giving some comments there, and the cheerleaders, let's see, have lined up down there to welcome the Miners when they take the field. And again, as Big D pointed out, the Adams Central Jets have now been just kind of clogged up in that tunnel for the time of the setup of the national anthem, and now this still pregame festivities. So I'm sure they'd like to probably run out on the field.
Well, they usually don't let them come out until that they run that little piece,
which is happening right now.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear this.
This is what we run during our broadcast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we're not bringing you this, but we just cannot hear it in this booth, and I don't know what the deal is with that. I wonder. Hold on just a second. You guys take over here for a second.
Kevin's on a mission. Well, the Miners have just 6 seniors, and I don't think, quickly looking at Adams Central, there it is.
We do.
There you go.
Perfect, Kevin.
Well, they have a lot of singers, so I was going to make that note. There you go. He's getting the Miner fans riled up.
As a reminder to everyone that is joining us right now on our YouTube channel or on our RaiderMediaSports.com, we are not able to show the field of play as it is exclusive to the Indiana High School Athletic Association. But we will give you the best play-by-play from our home Linton-Stockton live stream team, Kevin Rader and Big D Dan Phillips.
The live experience. As it happens.
25 years, Big D.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. 25. I never would have thought that's 25 years I'd be back up at Lucas Oil. And there's a great picture down there. The Miners are. There it is. Wow, he's a master of everything. Kevin has found the right button to raise. We're the only ones that have done it. You saved the day, Kevin. Saved the day. Oh, that's much better. I feel like I'm down there now.
Oh, now I got to watch it. I'm going to have stuff go flying.
Somebody be wearing that.
Here's the thing.
We had this one here.
Well, you guys.
This is always highlight for me. And you'll be able to see it later on, and later they end up showing this stuff. Oh, there's the music.
For us to be here again, an opportunity to win. Our kids couldn't be more happier, and our community is excited. We're ready to go. It feels great to be down here. We've been down here the last couple of years, but to be seniors, it's a really big deal for all of us. So we had a big senior class last year. Not very many starters returning this year, so a lot of the young guys have to step up and fill those roles. It's very difficult. You have to go through a gauntlet of teams to be able to get here. A gauntlet of very good teams. We've been fortunate to be on the road end, and we're here. We're ready to go. I think we have one of the best communities. Like even at really far away games, they all come to the game, and we just have a ton of support every single week. That'd be huge. We won a state championship since 2000. It'd be a really big awesome for us to do that again. We haven't been able to make it these last 3 years, so we're going to do it again this year. It just in the world the team and move the ball and score points and limit them on offense as much as possible. The last thing I would tell these guys when they take the field is to be proud of who you are, be proud of what you've accomplished, and go out and win. Here come the Jets. This is the biggest stage.
The Adams Central Flying Jets taking the field here at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Boy, you can hear that.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that remedy before this game started. You can't do a game without crowd noise, and I just apologize that we did not get it done before the anthem, but it is done now, and now we're waiting for the let's listen to the Miners. Nice hat, Hank. Here comes the 12-2 Linton Miners. Boy, you know, when you see only about 40 kids come running out on this big football field.
It looks particularly tiny, doesn't it?
So we are ready for football. We're only about 30 seconds away from the state championship 2024 Class 2A IHSAA state football final. Linton-Stockton Miners in the Adams Central Flying Jets. I thought there was some talk that maybe they didn't go by Flying Jets anymore. It just went by Jets, but
it says Flying Jets there on their thing, so.
Captains are lined up over there for Adams Central. This is going to be a game where we use the binoculars a lot.
Well, I can see 23.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can help here. 23 is Drew Carr.
Number 30.
Number 30 is Matt Heiser.
31.
31 is Aaron Hershey. I apologize.
28.
And number 28, Max Carr.
For the Miners, we see Oliver, we see Feltner, we see Voigtchild, and Hank Jennings, and we know Cooper Smith. They must have alternated. I wonder what kind of alternation decided who got to walk out for this.
Heather, now you, I think, showed me something earlier that the cars are not related or something. Was that correct?
They are not, and that we received that information on our chat box.
Wow.
And states that just giving us a heads up that they are not related.
We appreciate that. We're getting ready now. They're introducing them, and
there's 3 of them. So
waiting for the flip.
This is important. You know, Linton would like the ball, I think.
Standing right on the 50-yard line in the Colts helmet. You love it. On the horseshoe. And, you know, we also want to thank the Colts and Jim Irsay for making this possibility a reality for kids in Indiana to come play in Lucas Oil Stadium.
The biggest stadium in the state. I mean, this is professional. This is where the Big Ten championship usually is.
Let's listen in.
Catch yourself watching the screen up here. That's where you can see it. Don't need binoculars.
Oh, good point.
There we go.
Linton-Stockton has won the toss and will receive. The Miners will take the ball first. Well, that's a little different strategy. Normally they like to defer. Big D.
Yeah. Well, Coach Ollie likes the ball. They look at it as an opportunity to get on the boards first. But Luther, when we had a poor first series, ended up punting the ball away.
You know, you got to watch out what you wish for. I wanted crowd noise. Boy, we got it now.
Their kicker. Sure
Paul Oliver and his head coach father hugging on the sideline. Paul is only a junior, so he could come back next year. But
you could argue this
you may not get to the state championship game.
You could argue this is a junior-driven team. Only 6 seniors.
But when you look at who they are, Voigtchild, Feltner, Jennings, and who else? I mean, they are superstars. All of them in their own way.
Colin Webster out there, and McBride's been a key part.
You know, you just got to catch your breath. The Miners run out on the field. Deep for the Miners will be Jesse Voigtchild. The 2 up guys, let's check and see. Get the binoculars, got to find him. This place is so big. Usually it's Feltner. Now I got to.
And Voigtchild. Voigtchild was last week.
Yep, Feltner. Voigtchild is deep, but it's 20.
I think it's Tyson Walker, 26.
Yep, I think you're right. I can't quite see the second digit, but we're going to go with that. Jesse Voigtchild is deep. The ball is teed up. And we are underway in the state 2A football championship. Jesse bobbles the ball, has to run it down in the end zone, and that's a touchback. Boy, I thought for a minute he was going to have to run that out.
The ball would have died there. He would have had to pick it up, but he tried to catch it about the 6, and it
caromed off his pad.
Yeah, fortunately, it went that way, went out of bounds.
Braylon McBride, the quarterback. The wingbacks, Cooper Smith, Russell Goodman at fullback, Jesse Voigtchild at wide receiver, Hayden Feltner, Paul Oliver in the line. You've got right tackle Hank Jennings, right guard Corey Andrews, at center Dresden Kenworthy, on the left side at guard Chris Lyons, and at left tackle Tyler Franklin. Miners come out. Jesse Voigtchild takes the snap or takes the handoff, and really maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Number 54 was right there to bring him down. I'm looking here to see who 54 is. Carson Ross made the play.
Along with Fravel. Fravel got off the ball really quick, got the first hit on it, and Miners pretty much get nothing there.
It looked like momentarily there might be something opening up, but no. Now Voigtchild in the sidecar on the right-hand side. McBride back to pass, throws it out, short. It looked like that was intended for Feltner.
Yeah. Just
a simple out pattern, incomplete.
And those are the kind of plays you really got to have, because that sets up a 3rd and short. Now you got 3rd and long.
By the way, this first quarter is brought to you by Key Associates of Linton. 3rd down and long for the Miners. They wanted the ball first, but so far, there they jump off, and that man in motion does it every time.
That has been a success factor all year for the Miners.
It makes it 3rd and 5.
That's not just this year. The Miners have done that well for years. Now that makes that pass doesn't look so bad. You would love to get a first down and keep the chains moving, at least on your first series.
One wide receiver to the left. That is Feltner. Cooper Smith, Paul Oliver wide to the right. Jesse Voigtchild in the sidecar. McBride throwing it across the middle. It's picked off at the 25, at the 20. Down at the 15-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Jets of Adams Central. I don't think he saw that linebacker.
No, number 28 made that play. That's Mike's car, and stepped right there. The ball went right to him. 8th interception of the year, and this gives Adams Central.
In fairness, he was retreating, and I don't think McBride saw him initially when he threw the ball.
Well, we haven't had this kind of bad start.
So they come out on offense. Jamison Roach is the quarterback. He's got wingbacks left and right, man in motion. He's going to give to the big fullback off tackle. That's number 31. That's Aaron Hershey, the senior, 5'11", 180 pounds. They got him down as a wingback. He was lined up in the fullback position on that play.
I've seen them both do that. He gets down to the 11, so he picks up 5 yards. Oh boy, the Miner defense needs to try to make a stop here. Was that 31 or 30 that carried that?
It was Hershey, so 31. Man in motion. The quarterback keeps it, wants to run around the left end. He's got some room, and he gets pummeled at about the 6. Looked like he might be able to get to the outside, but Paul Oliver closed the door on that.
Andrews and Feltner also got out there. See, Andrews got turned around, but then was able to get back over there. And the other one was Feltner, but they got the first down.
I heard the announcement on the PA. First down and goal from about the 6-yard line for the Adams Central Jets.
If you just went away to get a refill of a drink, the Miners throw an interception on a 3rd down.
Deep in their territory. And here they're off and running. Left-hand side. Touchdown from 6 yards out. Oh my, the Jets capitalize on the first turnover of the ball game to take a 6-0 lead on a Stanger-Holmes touchdown off tackle play from 6 yards out.
Well, all year we've talked about the Miners being able to respond in adversity, and this is about as much adversity that you'd want to see to start it. And it doesn't really look like they're lining up to go for an extra point. Yeah, they are. They have a different kicker. 81.
We're waiting for the snap here. Well, now they've got a flag.
Oh, they might end up going for 2 if it's against the Miners. Nope.
Encroachment on the defense, half the distance to the goal. This could change what they plan to do.
Well, you would think that with
a yard out,
with a running team like that they would. Yep, here they come. So the penalty may cost us.
They're going to go for 2 with the ball, looks like, sitting at the 2-yard line.
And this really puts the pressure on the Miners if they get it, because now Linton would have to go for 2, which they would anyway, but you'd have to get it.
Receivers left and right, wingbacks left and right, one setback, and that's Hershey behind the quarterback, Roach, who's working under center. Takes the snap, gives it to Hershey off the right-hand side. No way! It is shut down. So the score will remain 6-0 on the Stanger-Holmes touchdown run. But on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, it is 6-0, the Adams Central Jets on top. This is the 2024 Class 2A IHSAA State Football Finals, Linton-Stockton and Adams Central. This is Rader Media Sports.
Is your family protected? Contact me, Alicia Cornelius, your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, to discuss your home, auto, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana, call to speak with me, Alicia Cornelius, one agent for all your insurance needs.
Fish Monuments is located at 289 A Street Northeast in Linton. They'll meet with you to design your special cemetery monument. Whether you're pre-planning or have recently experienced the death of a loved one, contact Fish Monuments in Linton or reach them by telephone at 930-236-3002. And welcome to TY Builders, a prairie-built barns dealer in Linton, Indiana, across from the park. They offer quality storage buildings, cabins, garages, carports, chicken coops, all available with rent-to-own. Visit prairiebuiltbarns.com or TY Builders on Facebook. If you need an Evolution golf cart, Gaither Power Sports is the place for you. Prices starting at $69.95. They come with an 8-year battery warranty. 0% financing for 36 months is available. Gaither Power Sports, also your Aventon e-bike dealer. Gaither Power Sports and Trailer Sales, located on State Road 54, just west of Linton. In business since 2003. Well, Big D, not the way the Miners wanted to start, but at least they can take a little.
Well, they've been through this, and it's early, so I mean you can overcome a mistake. And now his second nine needs to be a nice play though by Max Carr, a senior 6 foot 190. Been here before, calmly sat back, made that pick.
Heather, you're pointing something out.
Well, they're showing some highlights from last week's Adams Central and Andrean matchup.
Yeah,
so
well,
I'm wondering if they're going to show the Miners.
I watched that whole game, and they just keep pounding the ball down the middle, 3 guys over and over and over.
One running play for the Miners in the first 3 downs.
Yeah, went to the air, I think, to surprise them a little bit, and didn't work. Really didn't get anything. But the coaches will make some changes, and they'll notice some tendencies, and hopefully need to have some sort of a drive. I mean, you may not get points. You want points, but you've got to be able to move the ball and show that you can move the ball. And you certainly don't want to give them good field position, because they'll eat the clock up. They're just like Linton. They're satisfied with a 17 play, use the clock all you can.
There's the kickoff. Voigtchild's going to eye it. This time he's not in the end zone. He's at the 10, the 15. Hit hard at about the 18 and driven back. Jesse was hit hard. It's almost like he didn't see him coming.
Yeah, Fravel. He's a defensive tackle getting down there, so what does that tell you? The Miners now are kind of being out physical all right off the bat. We've seen big hits, but the big hits have come from the Adams Central Jets, the ball at their own 18-yard line.
See what the Miners do as they come out here. Paul Oliver off to the right. Feltner wide to the left. Again, one running back. Man in motion is Goodman. Going off on the left-hand side across the 20 out to about the 24.
That's the first positive game. 23 was in on that tackle. That's going to be Drew Carr. And there was another guy out there.
6-yard gain on the play, second down.
See, that was
good.
They
say 6 yards. That's way more than I thought he had picked up.
Was that Cooper or was that Goodman?
I thought it was Goodman.
Okay.
Man in motion. Jesse's got a little hole to dart through. It closed quickly, but he's just shy of the 30-yard line. Let's see where they spot him. They're moving the sticks. The first down for the Linton Miners. So finally something for the Linton Miner fans to cheer. Receivers left and right, wingbacks left and right. Again, the lone setback in the sidecar. McBride rolls, gets it out there, dropped. It was low, intended for Paul Oliver, and Paul could not bring it in.
Now that passing game is going to have to be a big part of this.
I'm looking because number 24, Braylon Reber, is guarding Paul Oliver, and he, Big D, 6'4", about 200. So he's yes. There's none of this where you can throw Paul Oliver out against a 5'9" defensive back tonight. Again, the wingbacks left and right. They're looking to the bench for the play call. They now have it from their wristbands. McBride working from the gun, standing inside the 25 at about the 24. Man in motion is Goodman. McBride takes it off tackle. Again, initially there was a little room to run. They capitalize on it, but then the hole closes quickly.
They are quick. Hammond, number 4, and 23 Carr were able to close that gap. He had a little bit of a hole, but got 4 yards out of it.
So I'm looking. Where is the clock in here? Where am I?
I'm catching
right over here to the
on either end zones.
And the scoreboard?
It's right across straight from us there, I guess.
Back to pass. Another interception on the out pattern, and it's down at about the inside the 30. 1st and 10 for the Adams Central Jets on a second interception. 2 possessions, 2 interceptions.
Number 9, Carson Snitz, steps in front of that. Now the Miners haven't really had much of this happen to them. These guys obviously are cued on that out pattern. And
they're jumping that pattern.
Yeah, and now we're in Miners are in big trouble early here if they don't want to get down that much. Don't know who that was intended to.
Coming out, giving it to a wingback, coming across the field. Got some room to run, but no, it's closed down at about the 29. So they may have lost about 4 yards on that play.
Defense has
McBride making the stop there.
Defense has to make a play.
Boy, tough break for the Miners. 2 possessions, 2 interceptions. It's already cost them 6 points. And now the Jets trying to make it just as painful the second time. They give it to the big fella, Hershey. He gets inside the 25, down to about the 24. So it's going to be 3rd down and, well, looks like about 5.
And you're definitely going to be in 4-down territory. This whole game so far been played on the minor side of things.
Well, it's probably 4-down territory
Yeah.
here, I would think, for the Jets. One wide receiver to the left, everybody else in tight. Wingbacks left and right. One setback behind the quarterback, working from under the center. He pulls it. He doesn't hand off, trying to get around the corner. He does, and he's got a 1st down and inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line in the red zone.
Yeah.
That's what we were wondering. How fast was the quarterback going to be? And Droach just showed it as he got around the corner. McBride was there and couldn't close the door.
So they're in the red zone at the 13-yard line. The Miners in danger, going down 2 scores in the first quarter. 2 interceptions. Not from errant throws, really, but from the defense making big plays.
Roach gives right up to Hershey up the middle, and he is down and may have gotten to the 11. He might have picked up a couple.
Andrews and Gamble on that stop.
Boy, the Miners could need to force a turnover or at least hold them here in
gotta,
4-down territory.
Got to be able to do that. Go down 2 touchdowns is not something that we've seen the Miners being able to do.
2nd down and 9. The Jets can get a 1st down at the 3. So let's see what happens here on this 2nd down and long. Pitch. Running wide. Has to cut it up inside the 10, and down at about the 9 is Hershey, number 31.
Again, Gamble and Andrews got in there as well. Gamble made the nice play.
It's 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6. They are close enough. They could attempt a field goal.
And they do have a field goal kicker, so 3rd and 6 from the 9.
Well, you can hear the Miner fans trying to inspire the defense. Roach, the quarterback, under the gun, pulls it, fakes to the fullback, wants to run wide. He's going to turn the corner again, but he will not get in, but he gets the 1st down. It's 1st down and goal. He's out of bounds at the 1.
Well, they did a nice job of blocking that outside. Feltner stops the touchdown. Oh, man.
1st and goal for the Jets at the
1-yard line. Roach now.
One wide receiver to the right, everybody else in tight. They're going to jam this one in.
Hard to imagine keeping them out from the 1 yard out.
They're going to give it to Hershey, the big fella. He goes in standing up. Just like that, another Stanger Holmes touchdown. 2 interceptions results in 2 touchdowns. It's 12-0. Adams Central, the Jets, trying to win their state title here for the first time.
Well, the interceptions just kill her.
So we're waiting to see how they do the extra point here. If they're going to go for 2, nope, they're going to kick.
Off for the extra point, 81, Braylon Cowboys.
I don't think we've really had the turnovers that's costly.
There's the extra point. And it is good. So, with 6:06 to play here in the first quarter of play on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, it is 13-0. Adams Central on top. This is Rader Media Sports.
City Linton employees are dedicated to providing the best and most reliable utility service, security, and safety for its families and students. As the new mayor, I agree with the sign, "You'll like Linton." But you'll really love our miners.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Back once again at Lucas Oil Stadium, 13-0. Adams Central on top after that Hall's Excavating timeout. Grain Credit Union offers School Spirit debit cards that allow you to show your school spirit each time you use your card, while knowing that a portion of your purchase will be donated back to your school, too. If you'd like a Spirit card or for more information, visit your local branch at cranecu.org today.
2 drives, and we've not gotten past our own 20 or 30-yard line.
Yeah, that one hurts, doesn't it? Are you looking for TV or high-speed internet? Give Mike Moran a call at Midwest Satellite. He offers Dish TV plans starting at $84.99 a month and T-Mobile high-speed internet for $60 a month. Midwest Satellite at 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He'll treat you right.
And a correction on that, it's $91.99 a month. I printed the wrong sheet.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Boy, the Miner fans have got to get behind their team now. If they ever needed to hear it, they got to hear it now.
The Miners have to make some kind of a play to stem the momentum here. Again, high kick. Voigtchild takes it at about the 10. Little bit of a hole. He spun down at the 30. I'll bet you Jesse's eyes got big because had that man not made the play, Jesse would have been in the open.
Yeah, 58 makes probably a bigger gain. Trevor Henry, a senior, making that tackle, but the Miners at least get out there a little bit.
As you hear the announcer, 1st and 10 Miners. That's probably the best field position they've had to start, but it's what you do with it, and so far they have not been able to do very much.
That's their first
the running game at all.
Running game's not been successful. They haven't had that, but we did get 1 first down. Just 2 pass interceptions.
Normally they like to pound a little bit running, and they have not done that so far tonight. They've relied on the pass, and got a man in motion. There's a hole. It's Jesse coming up the middle. He's out to about the 40. It's very close to a first down, maybe a yard short. Let's see where they spot it.
Bloom, number 8 on that tackle.
It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
And that's what you're more used to if you're Linton, to have a 2nd and shorts. Gives you a little bit of ability to play, maybe look downfield.
Boy, one big play, and you can
get back in it, or
get back in it. Goodman.
Make Adams Central drive.
Voigtchild spins, tries to get outside. He will not make it, but he does get the first down. It'll be 1st down and 10 Miners. They're going to put the ball down at about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I think you just want to move the chains. That's what you want to do. He got past the initial block and then ran into 30. Heiser and 54 on that tackle. That's Carson Ross.
Miners trying to get in jet territory for the first time. They go out there. Paul Oliver brings it down, stiff arms, and he's whoa, and he's spun out of bounds. The man who spun him out of bounds lost his helmet. It'll be interesting to see if he gets it back on the Miners sideline. Yeah, you think Reber wanted to make a statement there by spinning Oliver out of bounds after he was already out.
Well, get that first.
Well, Reber had to go out, so who was on Paul Oliver this time? Now it's number 21. Who is number 21? Because I'm curious how big or what his size is. I don't see it. He's not a starter. He's coming in off the bench.
It is Joey Everett. He's played a lot, so he's just as much a starter.
They're going to run it off the left-hand side. Nothing doing there.
Carr, number 28, and of course 50. He's kind of holding his arm a little funky. That would be Lentz.
48. The ball now at the 48. So it'll be 3rd down and 2 with the ball at the 48.
And we just can't quite. Oh, I guess we are across into their turf for the first time.
Yes, we're in jet territory for the very first time. Trips on the left. They come back across, kind of a cross buck, and it's a great play by looks like number 79.
Yeah, Fravel. He's been making plays already. Fravel, a junior. And now coach is going to.
He fought off his blocker and made the stop. In fact, he pushed his blocker. A good back about 2 to 3 yards to make the play.
He's winning that battle. Back at the 49 now. The Miners need to pin them down. I mean, I like the punt situation here.
4th and 5. Paul Oliver back to kick.
4:09 on the
There's the
clock.
snap. Paul gets a high kick.
Nice.
It's going to be taken to 15, and then, nope, it's going to meet his maker right there. It is down at about the 18. 1st and 10 for the Jets.
It was 82 Smith. Caught it at about the 15, and Oliver Stevens gets credit for the tackle.
So this is the first time that the Jets have not started in Miner territory. But they have a 13-0 lead on the Linton-Stockton scoreboard.
And here's where we'll be looking to see what the Miner defense can do. This is a chance to switch this fields around.
Jarrett Smith, wide receiver, is out wide to the right, but they run it to the left. Just kind of a dive play.
And that's what they'll do. I mean, they're up 13-0. Hayden Sparks going to get in on the stop. Still got 3 yards out of that.
Yeah, they did.
Out to the 22-yard line. Miner defense really needs to step up here, force a punt, get the ball back where we can do something with it.
Again, receivers left and right, man in motion. They faked to the fullback. They're going to try to run wide again. They got to close the door here. And he spun down. I don't know who did that with a one arm. Was that Feltner?
Feltner got him by the arm.
Reached around his blocker and grabbed him by with one arm on the arm and spun him down.
Just got enough of him so that Andrews could come over and make the big hit.
If you're watching on that, there it is. Feltner spins him down. Is that big Hank Jennings? Right? No, Corey Andrews to clean it up.
Andrews with 3 tackles now. This is a huge play for the Miner defense at the 23, 2:45 in the first quarter.
3rd down and 6.
Now they
and the Miners force a punt.
They haven't passed the ball yet. They can do that.
Man in motion.
Here it
Fake to
comes.
Heiser. Here's the pass. Throwing long. Nobody out there.
No.
Way overthrown by the quarterback, Roach. It'll be 4th down and 6.
Cooper Smith
the defense
was on it.
finally gets a stop.
Yeah, just what they needed. You force them into a passing situation, and it's just not something that they're used to doing.
It looked like he had some options. I'm not sure the deep pattern was the one that he.
Yeah, that's what he was
his
looking at.
best option, but.
Punt formation for the Flying Jets, 79, Cameron Freeman.
The punter standing at about the 11 gets off a quick kick. It's going to hit it Miner territory, roll inside the 40. It rolled a good 10-15 yards.
Yeah.
It'll be down at about the 37. 1st down and 10 Miners at their own 37-yard line. Marsh Madness Sandhill Crane Festival brought to you by Friends of the Goose Pond in partnership with Goose Pond Fish and Wildlife Area. Kickoff is Friday, February 14th, and all day Saturday, February 15th at Humphreys Park and Goose Pond's Visitors Center. Visit www.friendsofgoosepond.org for more information. 1st down and 10 Miners. Let's see what they can do, if they can get something going here. I don't want to say to get back in this, but they need to get on the board.
Need to do something offensively. And you're still in the game 13-0. There's no way you're down.
McBride rolling.
There you go.
Gets it out here, and it's complete at about the 41. And Cooper Smith. I couldn't quite see. I looked down and saw Goodman, but I didn't think it was him. Cooper pulling that in.
4-yard gain to the play. 2nd down and 6.
So that brings up a 2nd down and 6. The ball, well, they're knocking on the door of getting into the Jet territory with the ball at about the 41 of the Miners. You hand it off, running around the left side. Is that Goodman or Cooper
Smith?
Cooper Smith across midfield and down at about the 47. 1st down and 10 Miners in Jet territory.
Saw a little breath of outside run there, but stopped quickly by Hayden Bloom and Carson Schnitz, but it moves the chains.
And boy, with the running game, I love being able to move the chains with the running game.
Yeah.
Miners need to take control of this line of scrimmage. So far, they have not been able to do that. Receivers left and right, wing back in motion. They're going to give to the wing back, and it quickly cut down at about the 45.
Goodman was the carrier. The ball tackle, I think, was 79 again. Fravel, and he's already been in a ton of tackles.
So the Miners not getting big yardage here, but it's 2nd down 8. Receivers left and right. Wingbacks left and right. Voigtchild to the left of the quarterback, man in motion. This time, the Jets do not jump off sides. Now you've got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, the ball right in the middle of the football field. Working from the gun. Got some room inside the 45, down to about the 35, I apologize. Down now to about the 32, another first down for the Miners. A lot of room to roam on that play.
He made a nice move on the inside to follow these blocks. 23 is going to bring him down, Drew Carr.
But there was a hole there before he ever even got behind his blockers, McBride. And that might be good for him to get him
confidence going.
Yes. McBride back to throw, puts it up in the air, and no, not close. It's incomplete, intended for Feltner.
Tried to go for it all there. So far, not being able to get the ball to Oliver at all. Yeah, that good defense out there by Schnitz, number 9. He was all over that one.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 32.
Trying to get that pass going.
Miners coming out left and right. Man in motion, that's Goodman. They're going to give it to kind of a reverse, an inside jet sweep, but he cuts it up. It's down to about the 26-yard line. So that makes a little bit of a dent.
Now you're 4-down territory. 91 Holden Shum was one of the guys pulling the jersey down. Looks like we got an end of the first quarter.
Yep, that's the end of the first quarter of play. As you check out the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, it reads the Adams Central Jets 13 and the Linton Miners nothing. Now, did they say there's going to be a presentation here?
Yeah, and it's Bart.
Why don't I read one of these and
Coach
we'll
Burns
pick up that announcement as it's made. Let your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, Jathan Wright, help you think about insurance. Stop by the office or submit your information online and give him a call at 812-798-2615.
Well, the Miners actually have more rushing yards than Adams Central, 63-50. Actually have more yards than Adams Central, 67-50, but that's because 2 interceptions gave them the ball at our 16 and our 20, and they punched it in.
Okay, let's listen in here if we can.
Every season has a story. Let Cliff Jones help celebrate yours with an official champ break. Visit chamsforever.com to learn more.
Should be an announcement here.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the field for the presentation of the IHSAA's Champion of Education Award, presented by Ivy Tech Community College. This award recognizes teachers who go above and beyond to challenge students to reach their full potential and help them become the best versions of themselves. As an organization that emphasizes keeping education at the forefront of high school athletics, the IHSAA is proud to shine a light on 2 honorees in this year's class. On behalf of Ivy Tech Community College, presenting sponsors of the IHSAA Champion of Education Award, the IHSAA will award $250 to the classroom of each recipient. Krista Jarity teaches middle school and high school English at Adams Central. Krista takes a vested interest in each student, taking the time to learn their interests and desires while doing what she can to help them achieve their goals. She wants to see each student succeed in and out of the classroom. Bart Burns is an elementary physical education teacher in Linton-Stockton.
Coach Burns gets an ovation.
Coach Burns has had a profound impact on so many of his students, and his unwavering commitment extends beyond the classroom as he continues to build relationships, supports, and stays connected with students as they transition from elementary to middle and high school and even into their adult lives. On behalf of all 409 member schools across the state of Indiana, thank you for helping Hoosier high school students become the best versions of themselves. At this time, fans, please stand and show your appreciation for these champions of education and their invaluable service to their school.
We did not want to miss Coach Burns being honored at Lucas Oil Stadium.
The 2024 Champion of Education Award nominated by the class.
And he's been to a lot, so it's great to see him doing so well.
Yep, we hope to have him back this baseball season when we come back.
We should remind everyone that this second quarter of play is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton, your key to the very best. So call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton today. Kevin?
Well, the Linton Miners are moving the ball, Big D, but it's imperative they find the end zone.
Yeah, the difference right now is the 2 interceptions have put the Miners against the wall. Adams Central, a good team. They took advantage of them, punched them in. Now the Miners in an opportunity. 4-down territory. We're looking at 3rd and 4.
They're going to run it off the right-hand side, and they closed the door on that. It was nothing. No room to roam there. May have gotten a yard, but I even doubt that.
And that was Oliver on that carry, so the first time he's been in there. They were ready for it. He got 2 yards, so he got down to the 24, and this is dire for the Miners. I mean, second quarter action. It's not the end of the world, but you've got to.
Paul Oliver is in there at quarterback. You got trips to the right. He takes the snap.
Nope.
Going to run it off the left-hand side, and they spin him down.
That didn't have a chance. Hammond, number 4, and 23 Carr. The Riders right now on the line are getting blown away.
So the 4th down and 2 unsuccessful, and so right now it's a 1st down and 10 here. 11:23 to play in the first half. The Jets own a 13-0 lead and have the football.
Well, there was an opportunity right there to get right back in the thick of things, and defense has got to rise back up and make a stop.
Roach, the quarterback, hands it off to the big fullback, Hershey, and he's going to drag some people with him, but he's going to get about 3.
And here's the thing, is they're just like us. When they got the lead, they're content with just pushing the ball up the field. So, it'll be a slow, meticulous drive.
Yeah, ball now resting at the 29, so they gave him 4 yards on that. Wide receivers, wide to the left. And it's the 2 wingbacks with 1 setback. Man in motion. They're going to fake it, coming around the left-hand side. The quarterback, Roach, he's run down, but he picks up the 1st down. Everybody was moving to the right, and it looked like he was going to roll that way, but all of a sudden he stopped, and as Big D called it, misdirection, and went the opposite way, and he took advantage of pursuit there, and
he must be
run out of bounds.
He must be a lot quicker than we thought. Andrew's going to get out there and make the stop, but just a little too late. He's out to the 42-yard line. And quickly they're out of the hole.
So far, the Miners have not been able to be as physical as they might normally be.
Getting beaten to the punch.
They go off tackle there. No dice there.
Gamble, 44, gets out there as well as Andrews. That was number 30.
So again, they get more yardage on it than you think they're actually getting.
Falling forward. He's got 18 yards on 6 carries. The quarterback, Roach, has 37 yards. He's been making the big plays. The Miner defense cannot allow them to go down the field and punch it in.
Wide receiver to the left. Wingbacks left and right. Man in motion. They're going to give to the wingback, cutting across the field, and no dice there.
That was Everett, 21.
Let's see how much they say. It looks like they get about a yard.
T-Bone Howard and Jesse Voigtschad combined on that tackle. Makes me wonder if they're number 23. No, he's not hurt. He's been playing defense like crazy. Drew Carr. He's usually at a wingback spot. Going to get out to the 47-yard line. Big 3rd and 5 here. Stop them here. They probably would punt.
Wide receivers left and right. Wingback in motion. Reverse pivot. Give to the big fullback, and he is close. I think he's got the 1st down.
Well, he didn't give up. Looked like the Miner. In fact, he never went down. Oh, he's got the 1st down. Well, right there is being out physicaled. Gamble hit him first. He bounced off him, looked like Voigtschad, and he rolled over to Howard, and they finally called him down. Not sure who gets credit for the tackle.
Right now, the Miners seemingly just cannot get a break.
Yeah,
they cannot get out of their own way.
With
2 interceptions.
I think they're a little bit shell-shocked at how this game started off with 2 interceptions.
Roach under center, keeps it, wants to go down line, and He's sandwiched at about the 45. So he picked up a couple.
Oliver and Andrews on that tackle. I see a little bit of frustration right now in the Miners. That's 7 tackles.
Usually by this time, where you're all getting closer and closing in on halftime, there has been something you can hang your hat on.
Yeah.
But so far for the Miners, there has not.
Worst case scenario is Adams Central goes down and puts this in, and we find ourselves down 3 scores. Which
Wide receivers, left and right, man in motion.
Uh-oh.
They're going to come here with a counter play, wide open. The 35, the 30, still running and down at about inside the 20 at about the 19. First and 10 in the red zone for the Jets.
First big busted hole up there ever. Gamble's going to make that tackle, but the ball now in the red zone, the Miner 18. 27-yard gain by Everett, and now Adams Central is poised, and you can bet if they go in here, we're on our we're got to get some oxygen going and get these guys going.
Wide receiver to the right, working to the near hash mark. Going to give to the fullback off the left-hand side. Muscles his way inside the 10, down to about the 9.
He's just running.
That's number 30, Heiser.
He's just running right over people. Bounce right through 2
He had
Miners.
a good hole at the line of scrimmage.
This is looking rough.
They are just hammering the ball straight ahead.
Yeah, this has started at the 25-yard line, and we were hoping maybe the short field was what the difference was, but they've been able to push this ball down the field, all running plays.
Second down 2. Working around the left side. There they hit, but spin forward, and that spin will get them the first down.
Yep, and then Jesse came in there and got him by the feet, but it was, unfortunately, first down. Need that play on first down.
Yeah, he was contacted at the 11, but then spun his way forward for about 3 yards.
This is their third.
So it's at the 8.
Third red zone trip. Then they're deadly in the red zone. You just figure with that kind of offense, they would be.
First down and 10. Wide receivers left and right. They're going to give it straight ahead. Again, moving the pile down to about the 5, and that's going to be the end of it.
Andrews led the pack. A host of other Miners, Voigtschau behind him. And they say Gamble, but sure looked like Andrews. Still gets 3 yards.
Second down and goal at the 5-yard line for Adams Central. Wide receiver to the right, wingbacks left and right. Again, the lone setback. Number 30, Heiser. They're going to fake to him. The quarterback's trying to limp his way and drag somebody into who's holding on to his foot
that was
into the end zone.
Voigtschau got him by the foot and held him up, and then Andrews came over and finished him off. And
boy, but it's down to the 2?
2-yard line.
Third down and goal from the 2. It's 2-down territory here for the Jets.
Sure is. Plenty of time. There's nothing about 5:56 to go. Adams Central fans waving the towel. Miner fans are kind of answering back, but I think we're all in a little bit of shock.
Wide receiver to the right. Kind of an offset eye there. They go on the right-hand side.
Nice
hammered down at about the 1. Looked like they were going to get in.
Andrews with a solo
But no, it'll
stop.
be 4th and goal from the 1.
Andrews now with 10 tackles, so he's achieved that school record in tackles, but I think he'd trade that for the score to be a little bit different. Need a handling, maybe a ball handling snap or something crazy to go on here. It's hard to imagine keeping them out.
They're going to go under center. Roach, the quarterback.
3-man front. He just has to poke his
He's going to go straight ahead. And he gets in. Touchdown. Another Stanger Holmes touchdown for the Adams Central Jets. And that pushes the score on the Linton Cycles Sales scoreboard to 19-0 Adams Central.
Well, we needed to score when we got the ball down there and couldn't convert on 4th down, and that hurt us. I think that hurt the team mentally enough that they let down a little bit on this particular series.
Come out. They're going to go for 2. Roach takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws on the out pattern, and knocked down there by Feltner. It was intended out there for number 82. And I don't see, oh, there it is,
Smith.
Jarrett Smith. But it was knocked down. So it remains 19-0 as the Jets are taking control. We've got a timeout on the field. But on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, it's 19-0 with 5:05 to play. This timeout is brought to you by Hall's Excavating. This is Rader Media Sports.
Starts well before the lights are turned on. The grill at the grill is fired up well before the front door is unlocked and the first customer ventures in.
I've been coming to the grill for 30 years. It's the best restaurant in Greene County.
It's a Linton tradition that's lasted over 100 years and in the same family for over the last 40. Open 7 days a week with carry out, and speaking of traditions, they have steak night every Friday and Saturday night. If you didn't stop by today, there's always tomorrow at the grill in downtown Linton.
Put confidence, adventure, and accomplishment firmly in your hands with the Polaris Sportsman lineup. Get the most out of every day, pull off the toughest hauls, and keep charging on.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales. Linton Sporting Goods serves Linton and surrounding areas with quality sporting goods and screen printing for over 25 years. They specialize in embroidery and team sales, located at Highway 54 West in Linton. Stop by and visit this family and locally owned shop today. Heather and I were in there earlier this week picking up our new sweatshirts. I think you had some T-shirts to pick up there too.
I proudly wore them up here.
So the Miners have 5 minutes and 5 seconds to do something about this avalanche of points. Try to get on the board. They trail 19-0 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. Getting set for the kick return. Voigtchild again, the deep back. So far, Jesse just has not been able to make his presence known.
Really, nobody's been able to make their presence known. We don't have. We have 68 yards after that last drive. Now they have 128. So we have 4 yards in passing. We're 1 of 6, and the big one there is 2 interceptions that put us down. The defense just hadn't been able to stop. 1 stop out of 4. Oh no,
Jesse stumbles.
Gonna call him down.
They're going to say he's down. He couldn't bring the ball in. I'm not sure what happened there.
Looked like he tripped. I mean, maybe the turf got him, but he would have, he probably would have got another 10, 15 yards. Instead, the Miners are going to have to start at their own 8-yard line.
Jesse puts his hand on his helmet temporarily. You can tell he's frustrated with himself.
I think the whole team.
That is going to put the ball down at the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
5:02 to go here in the second quarter. So the Miners, if they're going to do something here, are going to have to go 92 yards.
They're going to have to get out of this hole, or else they give Adam Central the ball. If they don't get a first down.
They're going to give it to Jesse. Following his blocker, he's outside the 20, out to about the 21. It's a first down and 10 Miners. Great run there by Voigtchild of about 11 yards.
Well, there'll be no quit. I'm absolutely sure of that. Carr going to make that stop over 24. That's Reber. 24. I'll look at the replay first. 23. Had it right the first time, Carr.
Wide receivers left and right. One setback behind the quarterback, working in the gun. It is McBride. They give it to Goodman. Stiff arms one man and he can't get around the other. He might have picked up a couple of yards.
Again, he looked like he kind of had some trouble with footing out there.
Well, they had a practice and a walkthrough here, so their foot gear should have been, if there was a problem, they should have known it.
Yeah,
or been able to find it then.
We've played on the turf a few times this year. Got out to the 24. Bloom on that tackle.
McBride back to pass. Big rush. He's able to get it out to one of those in the flat. Jesse across the 35 and out of bounds. That's about 1 yard short of a first down. There was somebody coming from the weak side bearing in on McBride, and he knew it right away and got rid of it.
They say first down, and that was the touchdown play against Brownstown. Not touchdown, but the big play against Brownstown Central. That was the same play.
Wide receivers left and right. McBride's going to roll to his right. He's got a man out there.
It's Oliver.
Paul Oliver with the ball, and it's out of bounds, but it's close to midfield. Let's see if they're going to put him down at about the 49.
Boy, Fravel got all the way over there from tackle, put a big hit. Reber as well, but now there's a couple of pass plays. First time we've seen Oliver at receiver.
Wide receivers left and right. Feltner to the left, Oliver to the right. Man in motion. We're going to give it to Jesse straight ahead. He's across the 45. I think he'll be about, let's see where they'll finally put the ball down. Looks like the 46 is where they'll place the ball. Well, it's literally, the nose is still on the 45. I'm going to say the 45-yard line, but they're going to say it's a first down.
Moves the ball. Heiser in there on defense now. The Miners got 3 quick first downs now. We're in Adams Central territory at the 45.
You got to get something on the board to give yourself a lift going into the halftime.
Yeah, they get the ball to start the second half, too.
McBride takes the snap, throws it out here. Feltner spun around and out of bounds. What are they going to put him out? It was a short gain. Might not even be a gain at all.
Schnitz got a hold of him. Hayden trying to break the tackle, but couldn't do it.
Oh, it's a 6-yard gain.
Right, see if you can get those working on the outside, then so now we're on their sideline.
Yeah, again, the ball is about the 49. Oh, there's a loose ball. The Miners fall on it.
Gee whiz.
I think he was already down, I would believe. But let's see where they're going to mark it.
Oh, and he's injured. He is injured. Is that Jesse?
Yep. He's holding his arm.
Oh, my goodness.
Right now we've got a timeout for the Miners as they try to look at Jesse and probably look at who will be substituting for him with 2:37 to play. And this timeout is brought to you by Hall's Excavating. The score, 19-0. The Adams Central Jets on top. This is Raider Media Sports.
Take pride in our funeral homes and value the friendships we've made for over 100 years. It's those friendships that make us work hard to be the best. You have my personal guarantee that we will always strive to earn your trust.
When we come back, it's 3rd down and 4, the ball at the 49, but right now all eyes from Linton are on Jesse Voigtchild.
He's down there with a water bottle, and he's right in the middle of the thick of things. So I know he had a couple of stingers where his elbow went numb, and that might have been what happened. We should give credit to Franklin that actually recovered that ball. I don't know if they called it a fumble or not. I assume they did. The ball's back at the 49.
Yeah, I think it's...
So now we're looking at 3rd and 4. The Miners are just, if you don't get it, there's still time on the clock. You almost have to go for it if you don't get it. You've got to do something to re-energize the Miner offense. This offense has been gelling.
But you can't give them time to go the other way.
No, but I tell you, they're going to get the ball first to start the second half. And you're going to feel a lot better if you can get 7 points or 8 points on that board. It'll be a different locker room.
We want to go ahead here and catch up on a few Facebook comments of people watching. Georgia and John Robertson watching from home. Mary Jackson and Bob watching from Warsaw, Indiana. Jamie Abbott Martin, her and her family are watching on the 30-yard line, and we're going to resume play now.
Wide receiver to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Kind of a new formation here. Goodman and Oliver to the right. You're going to throw it out there, but they kind of were trying to set up a wide receiver screen, and no go. No gain on that. Paul made the catch, but they were on top of him before he could move.
And lost yardage, so they're going to have to punt the ball. Now things just, well, you just got to give credit to Adams Central defense, to be honest with you. They're playing us extremely well.
Well, they're well scouted because they know that Paul Oliver obviously came in and didn't come in. He came in at quarterback and made a whale of a difference in that last ball game. Boy, big rush. They do not get the football, however. The ball's going to bound at about the 21. Nope, maybe inside the 19. We'll see where they finally spot that ball. Yep, they're going to spot it outside the 20 at about the 22. So first down and 10 for the Jets with 1:50, plenty of time left on the clock. They'll start at their own 25. Ross Ubalor, Rita Holtzclaw, Cindy Walton of Bloomfield all send good luck wishes to the Linton Miners, and they need more of that right now. They're trailing 19-0 to the Jets. Wide receiver to the left, working on the gun. Under center. Oh, a missed handoff. He wanted to hand off and missed the handoff. And so he had to take the ball in a broken play and run out, and it looked like he's going to pick up a good amount of yardage.
Save Hunter Feltner, or Aiden Feltner got all there and made that stop, or there was nothing but green grass out there.
He turned to hand it off to the big fullback, and they ran into each other. Then he did the right thing and just skirted left end.
And it almost could have been a huge play. He got
picked
2
up
yards.
5. Yeah. Second down now. Well, second down and 5. He got more than that. There's a power play off tackle on the left-hand side. That's a first down. $1:11.
Yeah, they're
play here in the first half.
They are winning. They are winning the battle up front, the more physical side. I didn't think I'd see that, but they are definitely winning that inside battle. Now they're running out of time. They just got a minute, so you got to wonder when they may try to
their retreat, rolling out, throwing out here to a man, got him open, and he cannot complete it. He had a man open at about the 40, but the throw was not close enough.
Yeah. Max Carr had the throw had been on the nose. Cooper Smith and McBride were out there.
So 50 seconds now remaining, and it's second down and 10. Again, the ball at the Jet 33-yard line. Boy, if the Miners could get a turnover or anything here to hang their hat on for the second half. But right now, it's just been all Jets. There's a counter coming in the other way. They're off and running, and they're down at about the 45, tripped up there. Great run by number 21.
Everett.
Okay, I don't see him in their starters, but Everett, the ball carrier, I'm telling you, he had a lot of room.
Feltner tripped him up or he'd have been gone, and you just cannot allow them to score now. 44 seconds, they're getting big chunks of yards.
Ball now at the 46. Well, that was the biggest gainer they've had in a little bit.
Yeah.
And we should mention that this timeout is sponsored by Hall's Excavating of Linton. We're going to take a quick 20-second timeout. This is Rader Media Sports.
Take pride in our funeral homes and value the friendships we've made for over 100 years. It's those friendships that make us work hard to be the best. You have my personal guarantee that we will always strive to earn your trust.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the local expert, Corey Motter. He knows Greene County inside and out with years' experience and a passion for helping you find your perfect property. Close it with Corey and make your real estate dreams a reality. John Hammerstein, Matthew Parmenter, Cam Gabrielson wish all the athletes a healthy tournament. The Grill of Linton, a 100-year tradition, and in the same family for the last 40 years. Open 7 days a week with steak night every Friday and Saturday night. You can dine in or carry out with this eatery located in the heart of downtown Linton. And Audrey Sparks of Linton says, good luck to the Miners. They need it.
Yeah, the body language is not good. Looking down on us, you see Coach Jennings, or we see Mark Jennings down there really pleading to try to get these guys. Yeah, I can just tell what he's saying to them. But looking at the Miner body language, they're They're kind of standing with their hands on the hip. Nobody's slapping anybody. Nobody's talking like you would normally see. Adams Central has all the momentum and everything right now.
And it shows on the scoreboard.
It does. I was okay 13-0. 19-0 bothers me, and if they get up another one before halftime, even the normal, Jesse Voigtshaw normally is very vivacious out there, jumping around, smacking people, and even he seems to be a bit put away.
This is the 2024 Class 2A IHSAA State Football Final. Linton-Stockton Miners and Adams Central Flying Jets. And boy, they are flying today. 19-0 edge, and they have the ball now. A first down and 10 inside Miner territory at about the 46. Back to pass again. They want to get another one on the board.
Oh, he's open.
Got a man wide open out there, and it's incomplete.
Boy, nice.
Knocked away at the last minute.
McBride, I think.
I think it's Paul Oliver.
Nope, I think it's actually Feltner.
It is Feltner, all right.
Boy, he caught up to him because Rader was pretty well open about the 10-yard line.
They are trying desperately to put another touchdown on the board going into intermission.
It would be devastating to the Miner cause. Linton can put up points quickly when they want to, when they're able to, but offensively been stymied today.
And the defense has been on the field a lot. Second down 10, high snap, quarterback off and running, trying to get outside to the out of bounds, and he does. They're going to say continue the clock.
Oh, that's amazing. Gamble and Feltner.
They're going to mark it at about the 45. Second down 10, ball at the 45. No, I'm sorry, third down 9 now. 15 seconds. They're still in the huddle. They may not come out. They're still looking to the sideline. I think that's going to do it.
Ooh, I don't know why they wouldn't take another shot. They've come awfully close.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The score as we go to halftime of the 2024 Class 2A IHSAA State Football Final between Linton-Stockton and Adams Central is 19-0.
They call a timeout with 1 second. 1 second. So
really?
They can. I think that's a smart decision. Why not throw the ball?
Throw a Hail Mary. Well, if you're going to do that, then why wouldn't you call a timeout and run a couple of plays that way?
Yeah, you do wonder, because if they get it short and get it down to the 3, you won't be able to run another play.
So they stop the clock with 1 tick left in this first half. And if you check the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, it pretty well tells the story. 19-0. Adams Central on top. They pounced on the Miners right away with back-to-back interceptions on back-to-back possessions.
Yeah.
And scored both times, which had the Miners on their heels in the entire game.
First one was on a 3rd and 4 from the 26. I think he returned it to the Miners 16. Took them 3 plays and they scored. The next interception happened from the 32. They got that ball at our 30 and they shoved it in there. We were down 2 scores. 6 minutes to go in that first quarter, and had one drive that got us down in about the 20s or 30s and could not get enough consistent plays to keep moving the ball. And now
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, working on the near hash mark. Roach working from the gun. He's going to drop straight back. He's under pressure. He gets it up there and incomplete. And that's going to do it, and Roach got hammered. I'll bet you he wishes they would have went straight to the intermission. But anyway, it's 19-0. Adams Central on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. And we'll be back with our halftime show, Bender Lumber halftime show, when we return. This is Rader Media Sports.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better everyday after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Linton Sporting Goods has an over 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. They feature Wilson, Demarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, Mizuno, and much more. Get ready for any sports season by shopping at Linton Sporting Goods on Highway 54, where the winners shop.
At Violet & Company, we love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 812-847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
Welcome back to the Walton Funeral Service press box at Lucas Oil Stadium, where the 13-1 Adams Central Jets making their fourth consecutive appearance?
Yes, and they won it all in 2000.
In this state title game, and they own a 19-0 advantage over the Linton Miners. Big D, I'll let you start to give us the explainer on what happened in this first half.
Well, we got the ball to start things off and had an interception, a nice play by their linebacker Carr. Picked it off. I don't think McBride saw him. Got it back down to the Miner 16-yard line. It took them 3 plays. And when they went in at the 10-11 mark, it was the fullback, number 30, Matt Heiser, that punched it in. They went for 2, didn't get it, but it was a 6-0 score. So you just hoped the Miners would answer. Unfortunately, we went from the 18, got our first down of the contest, but on 3rd and 6, another pass from McBride was jumped on the sideline by number 9, Schnitz. Picks it up, gets tackled at the 30-yard line. Now they have the ball deep in Miner territory. It takes them, looks like about 12 plays. And this time it's 31 going to get in the end zone. That is Aaron Hershey. He gets in on a 4th down, or a 1st and 10 from the Miner 1-yard line. This time they just kicked the extra points, 13-0 at that point. Now the Miners have to be able to do something. They start from the 31, get their first down of the contest, and a completed pass to Voigtchild on a 4th, and actually had a 3rd and 2 at the Adams Central 48. It did not convert that, and then the 4th and 5, he went for the punt. Adams Central then took the ball right down. The first time they had a long time drive. We're going to see the Linton band here just a second.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can pick some
audio
on
Big
them.
D, I do. I wanted to see a chance opportunity for them here, and I'm sorry to interrupt. I forgot this was taking place, and we wanted to make sure to get the Linton High School band here playing at Lucas Oil Stadium. The Linton-Stockton band getting a rousing applause from their home audience. Big D, I'll turn it back to you.
Well, it was 19-0 at the half, and the Miners have really just had one halfway decent drive where they were able to push the ball. Trying to see where we got to. Down to the Adams Central 20. Not the 26. I might be wrong on that, but we were not able to convert a 4th down. 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. They were able to drive down the field and score, and then almost scored towards the end of the half. Right now, the Miners, they kind of feel like they're a little shell-shocked, to be honest with you, being down 13-0 so quick, and offensively just not sharp. The line play so far, all Adams Central. We've rarely had anything over a couple of yards gained. So,
if I can add just one thing, Big D, because I agree with you on shell-shocked 100%. And if you take those first 2 interceptions off the board for 12, it's 6-0.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different ball game.
Well,
but those 2 interceptions and the touchdowns that followed have really changed the complexion of this ball game.
I think mentally it's gotten into the Miners' heads a little bit. I see slumping shoulders. I don't see the enthusiasm now. I know at halftime the coaches will do everything they can to change that. They'll probably be looking at what they can do and change. Most key ingredient in that second half is going to be that first series. You can't have Adams Central drive 80 yards down the field and score and put the game essentially away at that point. Right now, Jesse Voigtschau with 32 yards from the Miners on 7 carries, 16 from Braylon McBride on 2, 14 carries, Russell Goodman on 5. Cooper Smith 1 carry for 12. Paul Oliver was in there for a couple snaps, 1 yard. The Miners with 75 yards, rushing on 17. The passing numbers are not what we've been seeing. 6 of 11, that's still a decent percentage. 34 yards is all it is. Miners with exactly on the nose, 109 of offense. Got to point out Corey Andrews with 10 tackles. That gives him 187 for the season. So that's a little side note. But Tate Gamble with 6 tackles. Trenton Howard with 3. Hayden Feltner's made 6 key tackles. For the Jets, the 3-headed monster, basically. Jamison Roach with 10 carries for 49 yards. Mark Heiser with 10 carries for 41 yards. Aaron Hershey, 6 carries for 15. And then we got Joey Everett with 3 carries for 46. That gives them 151 yards rushing. They have passed the ball 4 times, yet to have a completion, but they've been very, very close to being completions. So they got 151. We got 109 on the offensive side of things. Their big guy defensively has been Cameron Frable with 5 tackles. Hayden Bloom with 5 tackles, 4 each from Carson Snitz and Drew Carr. But probably the biggest stat are the interceptions by Max Carr. He returned to 28 yards, and the other one, Carson Snitz. They both set up touchdowns and put the Miners in a hole that they're in now.
Yeah, those 2 interceptions right off the top, it just totally changed the complexion of this ball game. But you know, there were a couple of mishandling, like in the opening kick, and then there was one following that. The Miners just seem a little off.
Yeah, we started at the 8 there at the end. We have 7 first downs to their 9, so there's no blowout there. There's no blowout in the yardage. 3rd down wise, unfortunately, we are 0 for 3 on 3rd downs, and that's been a key thing because we've had a couple of 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, and we can't convert that to make it a first down. A 4th down, we were 0 for 1 there. Coach tried to play field position and punt that ball down, and the defense did make a stop. And that's the one series that we got down in there. We just weren't able to make it happen.
Right now, the Miners set up. It was on the wall behind us.
Unfortunately, you thought about it. I mean, there's no sign up here to tell you switch for.
No. In fact, we would have been embarrassed because the IHSAA representative came in. I would have been embarrassed if he would have said, "Well, yeah, it's
right here,
it's right here."
But I don't, I can't really look down and see, but I don't see. Of course, we're kind of over here in our own world. In fact, this booth looks like it's unused the whole day, so we could just hang out here and watch all these games.
Yeah, we could. We could see if there's a bite to eat out there and watch some more football.
Hang out.
We do have a few people on our Facebook page that are commenting, and we want to be able to say hello to them as we can. And so be sure to give us some comments. We want to, once again, thanks to Bear Run Mine there for having us on while you work. So we're very excited to be able to bring this broadcast to all of you. I know that a number of people today, and just looking through my personal Facebook feed, is asking why this is not on live TV. And We've tried to promote this as much as we can over the last 2 or 3 weeks. That the only way that you can watch the state finals is on the IHSAA TV.org, as well as the Semi-State, which we covered last week.
Well, it used to be, was it Channel 4?
Bally's would carry the state final game on regular TV, and since that's no longer. I think they had a breakthrough. I think Bally's channel is. I don't know if they're still on the air, but that was the last year that it was on.
But here in Indianapolis, I think it was Channel 4 for years.
WTTV, Channel 4, yeah.
And it just it's not there anymore. So now it's basically live streaming.
Well, that's where the money is.
You got to pay to play.
We really wanting to watch how the Miners come out this second half. Really want to watch the body language, see if they're rejuvenated, and they're still in the game. Linton has scored. They scored 40 points last week.
But Adams Central comes out with the ball
fast. If they were to drive the ball down the field and put it in, and then be down 4 touchdowns, that would really be a tough road to hoe.
Heather, were you about to say something?
And then I do feel, this is so reflective of the games that we've played against Mater Dei, where they jump on top so fast with an interception, and it has happened a few times, and it's just you're hard to get over that shock of look up and bam, you're down 13-0, and it's still 6 minutes in the first quarter. And
well, I have to give some credit to the Adams Central Jets defense, because there have been opportunities for the Miners, but there's great speed on this defense.
Well, great plays.
They close quick.
9
place.
I'll tell you something else, Kevin. We're going to kick this ball off. Now, Lure's average starting position was the 41-yard line every series.
You mean the Jets?
No, I'm talking about Lure's last week on our kickoffs. So, this is a case where you really don't want to give these guys the ball at the 40-yard line, at 41, 50-yard line. It'd be nice to get this ball down the field somewhere. Trying to watch the team as they come out the sideline. You're not seeing. I don't know if you're seeing it, Kevin, like me. I don't see the jumping up and down, smacking the helmets, kind of getting each other's faces. I don't see it.
Heather?
You've been watching the Bender Lumber halftime show. Best of luck to the Linton Miners this state finals. Bender Lumber proudly supports the area's athletes, from building supplies to expert help with your project. Bender Lumber has you covered. Everyone at Bender Lumber in Linton is rooting for the Linton Miners.
I have to say, I have to give my hats off to the announcers who announce NFL football now, because we are way up in the air. Yeah. And sometimes it is just hard to see. And, by the time I get my glasses off and get the binoculars up, the play is well on its way.
They have spotters, and I think the television crew guys, they're further down. They're much lower. And when I did the one for video down there, we were right above that group that was down there. You felt like you were almost on the field.
But Adams Central Jets getting set now to receive here.
It just takes one play. It just takes one play to change things. You know how momentum can change in football. A fumble, a 3-and-out, a good punt return, a long strike, a long run, anything that Linton can do to change how this game has been played out.
As a reminder, this third quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton, your key to the best.
There's the ball bobbled, and now it's going to be a loose football. A little bit of a scrum. Can the Miners get on it? We'll see.
I don't think so. I think they got
Miner football.
Did I not just say this?
I can't believe. Is it number 12? Who was handling that football?
I know, but Harrison James is the one jumping up and down. I don't know. Here we go. It is number 12. It's the quarterback.
Roach was back there.
Harrison James gets it. He just didn't.
Well, it looked like Roach also fell on it. I think there was a scrum after that pileup.
See, he didn't get his
there's
hand.
the ball. Oh, it did. It squirted
James.
away from the quarterback to Harrison James. Unbelievable. Now, this is the break the Miners need. Let's see what they can do with it. Let's see who comes out at quarterback.
I gotta think it. Well, it's McBride.
McBride hands off. Jesse running around the left-hand side. He can't get in. They stretch him out. He couldn't cut it upfield. But let's see how much they give him. It was more lateral than north-south. They put the ball down inside the 20. They're in the red zone at the 18. Is this the first time the Miners have been to the red zone today?
By far. But this is the opportunity the Miners have, and they've got to absolutely take advantage of it.
One wide receiver to the right. They're going to run it straight ahead. They're inside the 15, down to about the 14. Let's see who carried that one.
That was McBride.
McBride. So it's a good pickup on first down.
He's down to the 13th. So we got to get a third. It's third down now. 2 downs to get this, but this down can't lose yards. You can't lose yards on 3rd and 3.
Now McBride looking at his wristband. Jesse Voigtchild is off to his right. 2 wide receivers to the right. Give it to Jesse straight ahead. He's hit right away.
Nothing there.
Tries to bounce off and move ahead. He had an opportunity possibly.
Didn't get it. Did not. Oh, we did get it.
Yep, it'll be a first down.
I sure didn't think he did. I thought Carr.
Ball resting now at the 12. Boy, the Miners have a chance to possibly get on the board here. They bring it out. McBride hands off to Jesse, running around the left-hand side. And again, this time, he was waiting for the blocking to help him out to get downfield. And when he did that, he was caught from behind.
Yeah, Max Carr is playing a whale of a contest, 28, the linebacker. He's just too quick out there.
It's almost like you've got to go on ahead even if the blockers aren't quite set.
Yeah, and he's
because the pursuit is strong.
Too quick. You got 3 yards out of it.
Second down 7 from the goal, from the end zone. Second down and goal from the 7.
They're going to try it.
McBride. He gets to the outside. He's met by a host of Jets.
82 Smith was one of them there.
I'm going to say it's about 3rd down and 4 now.
Yeah.
So I apologize. I've been saying goal, but they can get a first down at about the 2.
You just can't take.
And right now the ball is
a negative play right
6.
here. You've got to get positive yards.
There's the snap, trying to go straight ahead and
right
nothing.
At the line. Fravel and Bloom, and now we're looking at the game.
Well, it's a little early to say the game.
Well, if we don't score here, down 19-0, being given a gift of a fumble on a kickoff, that's the mental aspect, I'm afraid.
The ball still at the 6-yard line, so there was no gain on that one, and it's 4th down and 4.
I'm amazed we haven't gone to the air. I just am amazed that we've not gone to the air here. This is huge for the Linton Miners.
McBride calls his count, rolls to the right.
No, not going to get it.
Goes in the air, got it. Touchdown Miners. Talk about threading the needle. He thread the needle, and who was it, Paul Oliver?
Paul Oliver, and I'm telling you.
Oliver pulls that in.
Number 24.
And the Miners score. It ain't over till it's over.
Reber was right there. I thought he was going to make the break on it. I thought he was going to make the pick or knock it down, and the ball just got past his fingers, and Oliver made the catch. I'll be glad to eat my words, but I was sure hoping that the Miners could score.
If you can get 8 points here and maybe score again and get another 8 point, and all of a sudden it's 19-16.
Yeah, well, you've kept yourself in the game.
You got to get – here's the try for 2. McBride with a man in motion. Wants to take it around the left side. He's in trouble. They swarm him under.
Oh, and he fumbled.
No way.
Had 3 receivers in there, but no chance for him to get it.
I'm not so sure if that was a run play or a pass play, but no dice. But they get the fumble to start the second half, and they cash in, and so it's now 19-6 after that Stanger-Holmes touchdown pass and the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. Again, 19-6 with 8:50 to play in the third. This is Rader Media Sports.
Is your family protected? Contact me, Alicia Cornelius, your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, to discuss your home, auto, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana, call to speak with me, Alicia Cornelius, one agent for all your insurance needs.
Well, the Miners capitalize on the first turnover for Adams Central in the ballgame. Maybe we can see a momentum shift defensively, and the Miners can do something more. Heather?
We want to say hello to Tina Hyatt-Steed, listening from Chilton, Texas, and she says,
Chilton, Texas.
Go Miners. We'd love to hear where you're listening from. Whether you're sitting in the stands, which we have a lot of people that have checked in saying that they're here and they're listening while they're watching, or if you're watching at home back in Linton, or whether you're watching on Thanksgiving break amongst the state or beyond. So please let us know.
Well, that was a huge turn of events.
Just what you were talking about. Daniel French and his staff of Linton say, go Miners.
Big D, look at the screen.
Oh, there it is. Memories from 2015. Here's the hit.
2016.
Here it comes. This was the loudest boom I'd heard.
Boom.
That was something else. And Tyler says he remembers nothing after that hit. He didn't remember anything. It was such a big hit. Now, the other kid stayed down for a bit, but then he was able to get it and walk off. But that kind of epitomized Linton football. Now, the Miners got the break to get us, I feel like, back in the contest. Now, defensively, can we? The body language is a little bit more up now, a little bit more up tempo. I'll just go ahead and say it again, Kevin. What we really need here is a turnover and a big play. What we really need is
now, if the Miners scored, were you supposed to do a jig?
And
didn't you say you would do a jig? If
internally, I'm jiggling all over the place.
Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. It's now 19-6, and Miners have a big hill still to climb, but at least they're on the board.
Now, you see how they got 10 guys in the first 2 rows. So if he could just kick it over those couple of rows, just like that. Just like that.
And they get it and run it out of bounds.
Now, that was interesting. 15, just Ashton Yergler just picked it up and walked outside. Walked right out the side yard there.
I think they've had that happen before because they knew exactly what to do. They're going to put the ball now at about the 23, but it's surely worth a try.
Well, I like it with the balls at the 23. I'll take that instead of the 43 because that's what's been happening in the other games. Now
Roach brings them out.
Defense needs to really.
Heiser, the lone setback.
Can't give up a long drive here.
Going to give it to him. He stumbles his way forward to about the 27.
He got too much. These guys run hard. They know the fall forward.
Well, in truth, they also have some room because their front linemen are doing a fantastic job.
Want to say hello to Suette Walton watching from home.
2nd and 6.
There's a handoff going straight ahead. Looks like it's going to be close to a first down.
Andrews and Voigtstown. 11 tackles for Andrews. He's out to the 32.
They're not moving the sticks. It's very short. 3rd down and 1. Miners need to get a stop here.
Now this is Adams Central football here. Just run.
One wide receiver to the left, wingbacks left and right. One lone setback, man in motion. They're going to give it to the big running back. Again, a big hole to run through. And all these are like dives, off tackle left, off tackle right. But again, it's number 30, Heiser.
Again, the linebackers make that tackle, but way down the yard line out at the 44. That's going to be
first down and 10.
58 yards on 12 carries for Heiser. Miners got to make a stop.
Heiser again, the lone setback. Man in motion. You got an inside
nice block.
Handoff. It's out across midfield and stood up at about the 45, and now they're trying to just do the Philadelphia Eagle tush push, and it's going to end there at the 45.
That was Everett, and that was a big hole out there. Several Miners, Aiden Sparks amongst them. Gamble as well, but that moves the ball, and now they're just chugging right down the field. They're at the Miner 45-yard line. Plays of 12 and 11 back-to-back. Miners just got to make a play.
One wide receiver lone to the left. Everybody else in tight, but that's worked well for these Jets today. There's off tackle. That time about a yard. Not much on that play.
T-Bone Howard on that stop.
2nd down 9. Clock running. 6:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. Clock is not vital at this point.
Right.
But when you're down 19-6,
you got to
need about 3 scores.
Got to score a couple more times, and if they put points on the board here, then you're really the clock becomes a problem.
Going off tackled again. This time nothing doing, but they do pick up a couple. So it looks like it's going to be third down at about 6.
Wichita on that tackle. Here we go, 3rd and 6.
Play coming in from the bench. Roach repeats it to the team. And I'll tell you what, Jonathan Roach, or Jamison, I'm sorry, has done a fantastic job. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And this quarterback has really handled himself and his team very well.
He's got
There's the fake handoff. The counter going the other way. He's got the 30, the 25, and finally wrestled down at about the 22. They've sensed something that if they fake that handoff,
go back on the weak side.
And cut back to the weak side, that they go against the grain and they've got room to run. And that's because the minor pursuit is so strong.
20-yard gain, and that's just a killer there. Again, Andrews and Felton are on the stop, but they have now moved the ball.
They're a yard away from the red zone.
Right down our faces.
Ball at the 21. Roach. Hands off. There's that off-tackle play. This time the Miners stop it.
Heiser.
Maybe, I don't even think they got a yard. May have gotten some
a wall
few
of red
inches.
that time. Sparks was there, but it was, again, Andrews.
They're going to say it's a yard. It's more like a half yard.
Well, I knew Andrews had to have a superb game, and he has had 14 tackles, but they've been able to move the ball. That 3rd and 6 was a key play to be able to end that drive. Maybe cause a punt, but
2nd down 9. Ball resting at the 20. The Jets trying to answer the Miners'
there you go, Gamble.
touchdown.
Hershey with that carry on the counter, and Gamble shot the gap, made the big play, so now we're looking again. They're probably 4 down territory now, but 18-yard line. Love to make a stop here. That 3rd quarter clock now, 4:22.
Ball at the 18, 3rd down 7. But again, this time, I don't think they have to have a touchdown. They could kick a field goal.
I just don't know. I mean, I know they've got a kicker.
Ball at the 18, 3rd down 7 in Miner territory. Man in motion. They retreat for rolling out to the right. Roach puts it out there, got a man wide open, and he can't make the catch.
Dang, I thought a ball popped up. It did pop up in Feltner's hands, but
after it hit the ground.
Yeah, I was about to have a heart attack. So I was going to go down the sideline. Nice play. The receiver.
You know who was wide open here is number 24.
He's probably
for the Jets. He was wide open in the corner. I don't see a number 24.
That nice hit. Voigtshaw breaking that up.
So here it is, 4th down 7.
Yeah, this is huge. Clock stopped.
They're going to go for it. The Miners can make a stand here.
Oh, boy.
2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. First time we've seen this formation. Roach, the quarterback.
Across the
Back
middle.
to pass, throws it across the middle. He's got his man, but is it complete or not?
It's complete.
They're going to say yes, and that is a 1st down.
Yeah, that's the play we saw at Lures over
They
and
needed
over.
7, and they got 8.
Just 5 yards in an in pattern. And it was Reber, number 24.
He was the one who was wide open in the end zone just moments ago.
Well, that's in that setting, that spread wide. I mean, we've been susceptible to that across the middle, it seems like, in every game. And it hasn't killed us because we've been able to score and move our offense.
In truth, that is an extremely hard pattern to guard. It just is.
There's 4 receivers, plus you got the quarterback to worry about.
Reber going wide to the left.
No, he's
Quarterback
outside.
keeps it. He's going to dance in there untouched.
Easy.
Nobody was anywhere near the quarterback.
Tremendous block by the outside tackle. Got outside and pushed Jesse back inside. Jesse wasn't out there, and he just nothing but air for him to move. And that might be the drive right there. Looking back at this game, that might be the drive. They go 77 yards. We had to stop them. 3:19 on the clock. I mean, they used 5 minutes, 31 seconds, 12 plays.
Extra point, a fake. They throw it. I think it was just a mishandled snap.
Yeah.
But either way, but We have another Stanger Holmes touchdown and just a bootleg that went in untouched. Jamison Roach, the 5'9", 165-pound junior, has taken command here, scoring from about 10 yards out. And so it's now 25-6 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
After high school, I worked in a couple factories, and then my dad convinced me to go to the apprenticeship program.
As I have pension, I have health insurance, I have an IHSAA, am paid while I'm learning and training. Like being able to see what work I've completed.
They'll be able to go to school and get paid while they go to school, still receive a college degree, and they'll be making a great career salary-wise once they finish.
Daniel French and his staff in Linton say go Miners. Best of luck to the Linton Miners this season. Bender Lumber proudly supports our area student athletes. From building supplies to expert help with your projects, Bender Lumber has you covered. Everyone at Bender Lumber in Linton is rooting for the Miners. Green Streets is a proud supporter of Linton Miner football and Linton athletics. Green Streets covers crime news, court news, jail logs, obituaries, and other news around Greene County. Visit Green Streets at greenstreets.com. Call Brock Anderson Construction for your home repair and building needs. With over 25 years experience in the construction field, he strives to have you come home to quality. Call Brock at 812-798-5583, and he says, go Miners. And proud to be your hometown grocer, Save A Lot encourages you to switch to their brands and save. Stop by for a Marie Calendar specialties, for $5.99, and stock up and save on holiday treats. Remember to shop the dot to save a lot. Heather?
Well, we just want to say that this quarter is currently sponsored by Key Associates of Linton. Call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton today. They are your key to the very best.
Quick shot going back with Walker and Feltner. Good kick coverage all day by Adams Central. Adams Central just a solid team, top to bottom, both sides of the ball. You see now why they've been 4 times in a row. You see why they've had those big scores. I think they overwhelm at the line. They make great blocks. I had binoculars on that last one. Here it comes to Jesse at the 10-yard line.
He's got it. 15, 20, and he's down at about the 23-yard line.
Everett, 21, came down and made that stop. Now you're at the time where every time you get the ball, you've got to score, and you really can't afford to take 8-minute drives that we do. They kind of did to us what we did last week to Lutheran, was take that long 16-play drive right down the field.
The ball is actually at the 24. Feltner wide to the right. Man in motion. And get it across there and out of bounds at about the 30. Whoa. Boy, that was way past the bench there, but I thought they might flag that. They did not.
Schnitz, number 9, was involved in that. Short pass. Oh, no, it actually gets out to the 30, so that's 7
it's a
yards.
good pickup of, I think of more like 6, but it's 2nd and 4. See if the Miners can get something moving here. Rolling to the right, McBride. He's got a man out there, and it's picked off.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Picked off at the 25.
Jarrett Smith, number 82, on the pick, and that
third interception.
That was intended
of the ball game
for Paul Oliver, and they're going to have the ball at the Miner 36. They jumped the pattern again, and that's kind of what they've been able to do. It's like you telegraph it's coming.
The Jets break the huddle with the ball, first down and 10 at the Miner 36-yard line. They already have a 25-6 lead, and they're going to see if they can add to it here. Pass across the middle. He's got it. Drops it. Oh, my. Wide open, and he has the ball right in his breadbasket at about the 7 and drops it.
And he was the guy who just made that interception.
I thought he was going to score.
Well, he should have. He just dropped the ball. That should be another touchdown. McBride was there to bust him up, but had he caught that, he had 4 yards and he was going in.
Wide receiver to the right, man in motion. They go off tackle, and they're still carrying a couple of Miners down there to about the 31.
Yeah, he must be a load to bring down. Gamble and Voigtschott are going to bring him down.
That's Heiser again, was it not?
Yeah, the big guy. He just must be a load to bring down because they hit him. And
yards after contact has just been impressive.
It's down to the 31-yard line. Now the Miners a chance to, of course, they're in 4-down territory. 68 yards I have for Heiser. It's 10 tackles now for Gamble.
Heiser now the lone setback. They're getting faked
there it
again.
is.
Quarterback Roach is going to go untouched.
Again, same exact play.
There it is. Touchdown.
Same
Adams.
exact play.
Central.
Just nobody back there. He
fakes the handoff, pulls it, and clears the corner.
And there's just nobody there. I mean, nobody. There's not defensiveness. He went untouched. Cooper Smith tried to grab him about the 5-yard line, and 31-yard run. That's 110 yards now for the sophomore. The 2:09. We still have a whole quarter to go. Now the Miners, at this point, Miners are going to start having to play for pride.
31-6 is the score, but they'll try to kick the extra point here. Place it down. The kick is up. It looks like it's good.
And it's a flag.
And it is.
And that's going to be assessed on the kickoff.
So that makes the score now 32-6 on the Stanger Holmes touchdown run by Jamison Roach. 5'9", 165. Has just been phenomenal.
That's his 3rd touchdown of the day.
He's got it running into the kicker.
Yeah.
Extra point is good, but as Big D said, they'll tack this on the kick.
They called running into the kicker, so maybe it's not the personal foul version.
This is Rader Media Sports.
Rick Krine's Auto Detailing is the place to take your car, truck, or off-road vehicle for complete auto detailing and cleaning, and a ceramic coat that'll make it shine. Call Rick at 812-201-9551.
I'll make it shine like it's mine.
Welcome back to Lucas Oil Stadium, where it's just not been the Miners' day today. This Adams Central Jet team has just been phenomenal. They've executed. They have great physical capabilities on the line, taking control of the line of scrimmage, and their running backs have not been anything to say right home about, but they're getting you 6-7 yards every time they touch the ball.
And then Jamison Roach keeps it and goes 31 yards, or they hit a pass down the middle for 12 yards. And the Linton offense has just not been able to do what Linton offenses normally do, and that's Adams Central's defense.
It almost seems like Adams Central, whatever it tries, is going to be successful.
Yeah,
they're just on a roll.
Miners got behind the 8-ball right off the bat. There was a short interception, give them the short field, they punch it in. And then if that wasn't bad enough, the next series we throw the ball to them again. And then they had to go from 30 that time, but they did it with such relative ease that it kind of made you a little uneasy. But the thing about it is the Miner offense has not been able to move the ball. We have 143 yards. They have 268. We've got 97 rushing. They got 260 rushing. We are 8 of 14 passing for 46 with 3 picks. They're 1 of 6, but honestly, the 2 or 3 of those passes for them, they were almost touchdowns.
Ball teed up now at the 45. 2:09 to play in quarter number 3. 32-6 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. There's the boot.
He's in the end zone.
Voigtchild is going to run it out at the 5, the 10, across the 15. He's down at about the 17.
I honestly thought if you went in the end zone in any way, shape, or form, it was down. I must not know that rule very well. I mean, he might have caught it in the field of play, maybe, and I thought if your foot even touched in there, you were out. He gets out only to the 11. I know he wants to try to make something happen.
See now if they make any change. Nope, it's still McBride at quarterback.
Yeah, at this point, you just got to do what you've done. There's the pitch out.
They get around and across the 20, out to about the 24-yard line. A good run there by Cooper Smith.
He's brought down by 31, Aaron Hershey.
Say it looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 2.
So, you know, when we get successful first down plays, that makes things a lot better. That's not really the most amazing statement in the world, but
theoretically the Miners down by 4 scores now.
So he needs to cut it upfield.
Goodman trying to do just that. But the lateral speed of this Adams Central football team has been up to the test today.
Yeah, they've been able to get out there. They've been able to get away from the the block. They're not getting caught on the inside. Miners do get the first down, so the ball is out at the 28-yard line.
1st and 10, 1:16 to go. Quarterback under pressure. McBride tucks it, rolls to his right, throws across the middle, and I believe it's intercepted again.
Yep, it is. This time I think it was tipped. We'll have to watch the replay up there. 24, Reber's going to get it. This has turned into an absolute disaster for the Miners.
Looks like Reber is the one who will come down with that football. There it is. Yep, it's tipped.
I don't even know who it was going to. It looked like Oliver was standing there. It looked like Andrews was even out there.
1st and 10, Adams Central now with 1:07 to play here in quarter number 3. Handoff going on the left-hand side. Look at this. Wide open. 20, 10, 5. Out of bounds at about the 2.
Well, that was almost the same type of hit. Miner has a couple of words.
Aaron Hershey untouched until the 1-yard line.
Well, coaches are going to say we need to play for pride, and these guys are going to have to.
Well, they have found a play, whether the quarterback carries it against the grain to the left or the running back, but it works for 30 yards plus every time they run it.
Now they're at the 1-yard line. I'm not sure where the ball was even at to start that drive.
I just hope Cooper
I think
Smith's
the 31
okay on that because he took a pretty tough hit.
There it is.
There they go straight in, touchdown. And that is, I believe, Hershey.
That is a Stanger Holmes touchdown.
.55 seconds to go, and boy, it is just an avalanche of points for Adams Central.
Now they're just they're truly running right over us.
We want to thank Mammy and Pappy listening from Orange City, Florida.
Oh, we still have a whole quarter to go.
And we're going to take a quick.
Well, let's get the extra point. It's up and good.
We're going to take a quick timeout, sponsored by Hall's Excavating of Linton. This is Rader Media Sports.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to the 2024 Class 2A IHSAA State Football Final. Linton-Stockton Miners and the Flying Jets, from Adams Central.
I thought you were going with the Flyers from Marion Local. And so this is very familiar to that game, but it's just a game at nothing. I mean, I think that ball kind of went through somebody's hands, and got picked off. And I just think the Miners are that third quarter was a walloper. They've got 12 more minutes. The Seniors got 12 more minutes. Or is it 12? Yeah, 12 minutes to.
Well, 13 almost.
Yeah.
Really, another 55 seconds here in the third.
In their career. I mean, these 6 Seniors, this is.
Ball teed up. Oops, 2 Miners run into each other. Now they get it at the 15, trying to get to the 20. I'm trying to see. It's not Jesse. I can't see who it is. Walker?
Tyson Walker.
He gets it down to about the 18, maybe the 19. 1st and 10 Miners.
Tyson wanted to get his name in the history that he played in it.
McBride making his way out. Voigtchild still the running back. Oliver wide to the right. Feltner to the left. Man in motion. They're going to give it to Jesse. He's across the 20 and out to about the 23-yard line.
Brought down by 54. Carson Ross, a senior.
A load of football games to follow yet today and tomorrow here at the Lucas Oil Stadium.
46 yards for Jesse Voigtchild. Had a tremendous season.
McBride throwing it out to Feltner. He's out of bounds at about, Merry Christmas. There they go again.
They let him get away with
to the
that.
bench.
He keeps contact, and of course Hayden is about as nice as guys you're going to get. He's not going to push back, but
my fear is they're going to take someone else down on the sidelines. That's not prepared right now.
3, 2, 1. That's going to be the end of 3 quarters of play. On the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard at the end of 3, it is Adams Central running away with it 39-6 over the Linton-Stockton Miners with 12 minutes to play. When we return, this is Rader Media Sports.
City Linton employees are dedicated to providing the best and most reliable utility service, security, and safety for its families and students. As the new mayor, I agree with the sign, "You'll like Linton." But you'll really love our miners.
Welcome back once again to the Walton Funeral Press Box here at Lucas Oil Stadium in this 4th and final quarter on this 2024 2A IHSAA State Football Finals, brought to you by Key Associates of Linton.
Yeah, and if you're a senior right now, and even if you're a junior that you've played with these guys all year, you start realizing this is it for Jesse Voigtchild and Hank Jennings and
Hayden Feltner,
and
Tyson Walker,
and McBride.
Colin
Webster. And I know there's another one. Singleton hadn't played.
T-Bone Howard.
This is what you got to where you wanted to get. You had an opportunity to bring home the bacon, but they just ran into a juggernaut in Adams Central. But they didn't help them. Not what you expected to see. Braden's only thrown 7 picks all year. But that's good defense. They've scouted well. They know where the ball's going, and they've jumped a couple of routes. And we've not been able to get much going on the ground. Just not much offense. The lone touchdown came really because they fumbled the kickoff, and we had to get to a 4th down to push it in there. Just a very good team, Adams Central. You see why they're here.
We want to thank those that are watching on our YouTube channel, which is the only place to be able to listen to this internet audio broadcast. You can get to it from the RaiderMediaSports.com homepage. So thanks to all who are watching and for commenting. We do welcome those Linton Miners who will go back and watch this on the replay to share your photos with us from this weekend's state finals.
Now to think how proud we are of this Linton Miner football team. I mean, it's been a joy to watch them play this year, and of course they're the only reasons we're here. And McBride back to pass and thrown incomplete. Intended for Feltner. at about the 45, and he tried to accelerate to get to it and could not.
Yeah. Yeah, they're one of 2 teams in this entire state in the Class 2A to get to this game, and very few people even get to the Dome. It'll just whet their appetite. You know, these juniors will be singers next year, and they'll want to try to get back.
Well, and some little kids that maybe are
screen
elementary,
same play
age, and incomplete again.
You know what I love today is I saw Danielle Feltner make a post where Hayden was here in 2015 and 2016 and was standing on the field with dreams of being at Lucas Oil, and then it shows him at practice on Wednesday, and then shows a number of images captured throughout the season. So it is fair to say that a number of the kids that are sitting in the stands.
Jesse's got one too where he was a kid. We get him to jump, or else they're going to offside on them. You know, Linton has not had a penalty tonight.
Is that right?
Not that I have. And this is only the second penalty of the night that I even show. Let me double check. 2 flags on Adams Central. So Linton hadn't had a penalty.
They have them 1 for 5 yards here.
Do they? Wonder if they counted the kickoff, the 5 yards where the 5 yards running into the kickoff.
Well, yeah, that would be.
But I was told that those don't actually count. Jesse gets the quick pass out, but gets mauled by about 6 white jerseys. And Fravel, 79, has been all over the place. So now it's 4th down.
Yeah, a lot of people starting to write in how proud they are of this football team no matter what today.
Oh, yeah.
McBride back to throw. He's got his man over there. Jesse is hauled down at about the 41. Should be a first down.
Just managed to get enough. That was a 4th down and 7 conversion.
Yeah, McBride was under some pressure, but he was able to get that out.
Yeah, all season, really. Braylon has been able to make those plays. That's why it's a little, it's hats off to Adams Central, really, more than anything.
McBride.
Throws
it out here, incomplete. I'm not sure. I think that's Feltner. No. It's
Smith.
Cooper Smith, number 2.
From up here, you could see that was going to be a collision. 28 could have really blasted him, Max Carr, but he just broke it up.
The only thing I'll say is I'm not particularly fond of those jerseys to read the numbers off of, even at home, much less a mile high here.
They're always hard to see. And these
at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Nothing there. A lot of these guys they look a lot alike to begin with. Wilk shot right up the middle, and he was met immediately by looks like 55. Colton Boltemeyer, first time we've called his name.
39-6, 33-point advantage.
Well, just for pride, you'd like to do something. You'd like to move the ball down. You just like to show you can do it. The line play tonight has definitely gone in the favor of the Jets. They're just quicker.
Now they've got only 3 down linemen and playing with more linebackers. They're spin off 1 man and get the ball out to about the 43.
Not sure what
Goodman hands the ball to the referee. 4th down, 8. 9:45 to go in the ball game. You know, at the start of this year, no one picked the Linton Miners to get this far.
Especially after that first game against Marion. It kind of opened some eyes against Monrovia, and losing to Boonville kind of put them at 3-2 and made people think, well, maybe not. And then they pulled it together. 2 of the biggest games I've ever done were Brownstown and
McBride's pass incomplete.
Yeah, that's 4th down.
Intended for Feltner.
And the Adams Central fans are in celebratory mode.
Well, you can't blame them.
No,
Their
you can't.
team has done everything right today. The only thing is muffing that one
kickoff. Yeah,
one kickoff. Other than that, they have just owned this ball game.
Yeah, it's been theirs from the first series of the game.
We're going to take a quick timeout, sponsored by Hall's Excavating. This is Rader Media Sports.
Some see a volleyball match. Athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Proud to keep education in front of athletics.
I love here at Lucas Oil Stadium just reading the names that are up there.
Yeah.
Of course, Robert Ursay, Bill Brooks, Chris Hinton, Ted Marchabrota, Jim Harbaugh, Tony Dungy, Marvin Harrison, Edrin James, Eric Dickerson, Marshall Falk, Jeff Saturday, Bill Polian, and the names keep coming. Tarek Glenn, Robert Mathis, Dwight Freeney, Peyton Manning, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark.
Dallas Clark, yeah. Boy, you look over there and see Jim Harbaugh was only here for 3 years.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm always surprised a little bit that Bob Sanders' name is not up there, because I just think
remember him from
he
Iowa.
was just. He was Defensive Player of the Year.
He was a beast. I forgot about him. You just sent him. I remember him playing at Iowa. Boy, I tell you what, he was a hitter. The days of those big giant safeties that the Denver Broncos had a guy. I can't remember his name. 27. Well, there's not much you can say looking back at this. Adams Central just has been able to do what they wanted to do. They've just they've controlled the line, and the quarterback has made some tremendous reads. It resulted in 2 easy touchdown runs. The Miners haven't been able to get it going really.
First 2 interceptions were lethal.
They were brutal, but that was early. 13-0. You got to respond from that. And we have all year. I mean, we were down to Brownstown by 2 scores. But you felt, even in those games, you felt like, hey, we're still moving the ball. We're still moving the ball. Tonight, we just really have not.
Adams Central breaks the huddle. Quarterback, hands straight ahead, which is probably what you're going to see from them from now on, I would think.
Who carried the ball. I guess 30 did.
9 minutes to go in the ball game. I'm wondering about when you want to pull your seniors out. It's probably too much time left yet to do it.
Yeah, they want to enjoy it. I mean, I don't blame them for being in there. Now, if they were to start trying to throw bombs,
They're going on the right-hand side. I thought they might not, but they go back to the well on that same play. They're down to about the 29 now.
Colin Webster
of the Miners
gets in there and makes a tackle, or else I think 31's heading to the end zone.
Or I thought it was Heiser, 30. Was it 31?
31.
Okay.
To the Miner 29-yard line. And I know the coaches are saying, look, you got to play for some pride. You got to dig in deep here and make some plays. That's 99 yards for Hershey, 70 yards for Heiser in the middle. According to the other quarterback, he's got 110. So this is what they've done all year.
Roach, the quarterback's got a man in motion. Going to give it to number 30. He's kind of stumbling forward there, Heiser.
Yeah, he's
still moving forward, but he might have tripped a little bit. A little turf
grabbed him up there. And Andrews is going to be the first one to jump on him.
Ball at the 24. Second down, 5.
Well, a high thing today. 15 tackles, unofficial, of course, for Andrews is going to give him the record. But I'm sure that'll be of little solace. No, there's the touchdown play.
Coming this way again, but this time he cuts it up instead of going wide, much to the relief of Miner fans. It's inside the 20. Let's see if they put it. Nope, they'll put it right at the 20.
That was the play that's twice been a touchdown. That's 9 tackles for Jesse Voigtstraw. What a career this kid has had. Really hate to, he's probably the most emotional guy, so he's probably having the toughest time dealing with all of this.
Under center. Hand it off. Coming around the left side. That's number 31, Hershey.
Russell Gibson just got enough of him to slow him down. And now
late flag. See what that's about.
Well, there's been some chirpiness happening, which you kind of hate to see. We'll see who this is going to be on. Came in late, so that tells me.
Well, Adams Central's backing up.
Well, you know, the second guy is almost always the guy that gets caught.
I don't know, though. I've seen some plays where I thought they could have easily flagged that and did not.
Yeah.
But anyway, they'll back that up.
That'll put it
just
back.
under 7 minutes now to play, 39-6.
Probably put him back at the 32.
Adams Central on the Linton Cycle Seals scoreboard. Yep, ball at the 32.
But it is first down, I believe.
First and 25. Under center, the quarterback Roach. Hands off tackle. Heiser's tripped up almost right after he got the ball.
Tried to leap through the little hole there, and then Aiden Sparks really gets credit for a tackle. Got enough of him to bring him down at the 28. 6:29 to go in the season for the Miners.
Wide receivers left and right. It's definitely a passing formation for them. Roach.
There you
gives
go.
It.
That's vintage.
They tried to go back against the grain there, and no go.
No go. Was been wearing number 52 on that. What a season this kid's had, and he's a junior.
6 minutes now to go in the ball game. 39-6. Adams Central winning in convincing fashion.
You know, Kevin, this is the first game coming into it where I don't think Linton was considered the total underdog. I think there were people across the state thought Linton could come in here and win. And I don't know if that played in the minds of the Miners or not, because Brownstown we were underdog. Lutheran we were underdog.
Quarterback keeper. All alone, coming across, going to cut between people and be downed at about. Nope, I think he's in. No, they're going to say he's down at the 1.
Webster's going to be the guy to bring him down. You got to applaud the effort by Webster going over there and keeping that kid out. Well, that play has been devastating to us today. Quarterback keeper, and they're bringing somebody in the crowd likes. Or maybe they saw
they saw the replay and think it should have been a touchdown. I can't say that I would argue with him.
It didn't look like he was. Not like he was on top.
He was on top, yeah. Wide receiver to the right. First and goal at the 1. About ready to hammer this through. You're going to put the ball down at about the 1 again, although several of the Jets were signaling touchdown, but not the person that mattered. It's just, it's at the 1-inch line.
Yeah. Here's where you bring in the senior kid that never, ever gets to score a touchdown and let him run it in. Roach has 3 touchdowns tonight.
And only a sophomore.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed how well he's
played. A couple of sophomores
played.
to start on this team. Reese Hammond is a sophomore linebacker as well.
There's one thing, though, just being a sophomore. There's another thing of being a star, and the kid's definitely a star. Hands it off, gives it off to number 30, Heiser, and he will hammer it in for the Stanger Holmes touchdown from 1 yard out. 45-6 with the extra point. They could make it 46-6. Convincing fashion for Adams Central.
Well, you hate to have your worst game come at the state final. But this is just a case of a better team.
There's the snap, the place, the kick. Good. So, with 4:18 to play in the football game on the Linton-Cycle Sales scoreboard, it's Adams Central 46, Linton Miners 6. This is Rader Media Sports. We'll be back after this Hall's Excavating timeout.
Out here, work won't wait. From grading gravel to herding cattle, Polaris gives you the upper hand on hard work.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales. Welcome back to Lucas Oil Stadium. Linton Minor fans, nobody's left.
No, I wouldn't expect them to.
They're going to stay to the end to root their Miners on, or at least to congratulate the seniors for what turned into one of the better seasons.
Yeah, and you know these
they've
kids,
ever had.
These kids dream. Honestly, you dream of coming back to Linton because you're a hero in Linton. The Linton football program, you're a hero when you do these type of things, and they want so much to represent the town. They want to do it for their brothers, and they want to do it for the other guys and the coaches. I mean, they will feel horrible about it. So if you see these guys around, pat them on the head, because they've took us on a tremendous ride. We've had some tremendous ball games this year.
I can tell you, I have covered events before here at Lucas Oil Stadium, but to sit here and be able to announce from here has just been a true blessing, and it's because of these kids. They've given so many people opportunities to do things, and I appreciate each and every one of them.
Well,
you know, they have really maintained their composure in spite of this score. They have really, I thought, conducted themselves very well.
Well, it hasn't turned into just pushing people and getting upset and letting your frustration show. And hopefully what this will do, the program will grow. We just had 41 numbers this year, the lower numbers than we usually have. Maybe get some other kids to think about coming out. And then they've got a big junior class coming back.
There's the kick. Voigtchild inside the 5, the 10, 15, 20, 25.
You know he's not
30,
giving up.
35.
Out to the
run,
36.
Jesse, run. You deserve that.
Yeah, that's about as close as you're going to get to it. He really, let's get to, I don't know anybody that fights.
The clock is not running, by the way. I thought it might be running now. It's not.
It's nice that he fights so hard to get every yard, even in games when he's ahead. So you know he's going to do it now. And I imagine every carry he does right now is going to be that way.
Two wide receivers left and right, man in motion. They're going to give to the motion. And I'm not sure if it's...
Could be Feltner.
Yeah, Peyton Feltner.
Now he's
of course, some of these kids will switch over to basketball jerseys, and boy, we're expecting big things from that.
Yeah, they've got a group,
basketball team.
A great group coming back.
Well, and the talent added in, the infusion of even more additional talent is kind of make that second 5 going to be interesting to watch too. There's off tackle Jesse. But I'll tell you, they tackle well in the open field.
They do. That was a great tackle.
They get one-on-ones and they don't miss.
Yeah, trying to catch that number, Thomas Laughlin, I believe, because Jesse was definitely making plans of trying to break that.
First down and 10 at the 49, their own 49, with 3:15 to go in the clock.
Jesse's now 51 yards. McBride
coming around the near side, tries to. That's that. You need to cut it up sooner. These guys do not miss those tackles. That's Rader with that stop.
He fought off the Russell Goodman block and got out there, made a great tackle. In other games this year, we've been able to break those, and he runs a long way, but he just gets across to the 48-yard line. Brandon with 5 carries, 25. You know, Brandon's going to be down on himself. You know he's going to.
Second down, 7. McBride hands it off. Looks like Jesse again with the running style, but he gets down to about the 46.
Just the defensive lineman that stood our guys up, 58, Trevor Henry, and 68, Aiden Ish. didn't budge from where they were. Got 3 yards on that.
2:10 to go in the football game. 46-6. Adams Central. And see again, one tackler and they don't miss.
He just he just gets off the block. Reber just absolutely shucked away from Russell Goodman and was just there to make the play. And now we're looking at 4th and long.
Most of the time all year the Miners have been able to make people miss. They have not been able to make anybody miss
Not
today.
today. Great tackling by the Jets. And if we can't win it, I love a team like Adams Central to win it. A hard-working group of kids.
4th down and 5.
They've been here 3 years, 4 years now. They haven't won it, so it's kind of nice.
McBride rolls. It's it out there, incomplete.
Just too far out in front of him, incomplete.
Feltner could not get to it.
And that probably brings out a series of knees at 121. You got to get your hat off. Adams Central stuck to us like glue in the whole game. Everything was hard. Nothing the Linton Miners could do. You can't really think of one play offensively that was a big play. Just a struggle. Got on us early with those interceptions, but that was early. I mean, that was early. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. You got plenty of time to come back from that.
1:21 to go in the football game. 46-6 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. Yep, there's the first of a few kneels.
He has 134 yards unofficially. Big game for him. Probably would be the most valuable player.
See now, is Feltner coming out now?
I think so.
To some applause.
Which we're hearing. Yeah, the Miner crowd is still down there. A few people are heading out, but no reason to head out in that super cold any earlier you got to.
Yeah, this building is just amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So huge, and yet it's just perfect temperature in here. Quarterback, again, with the second kneel. Might have one more.
See Hank and Paul Cousins hugging each other.
Few Jets crossing over and shaking hands with the Miners. But not many.
Yeah.
But a few.
But it's always the linemen, the guys that grind against each other. They always end up talking and shaking hands most of the time.
4, 3, 2, 1. That's the way the season's going to end. But it ends at Lucas Oil Stadium when only 2 teams are left. It was a valiant effort after an extremely rewarding season. 46-6. Adams Central claims their state title that they have been unable to bring home for the last 3 years. Well, they finally get it in the 4th. The Miners won it in 2016 and hope to repeat tonight. That was not the case. Heather?
We'll be back with the E2 Customs Creations post-game show after this timeout. This is Rader Media Sports.
Custom Creations, we know that every memory has a story. Every time we sit around with family and friends, we share those memories. When we pull the boxes of old pictures out of the closet, we revisit those memories of our past. Whether it's a photo or a special moment with family, a picture of a loved one who has passed. When you think about that moment, there's a memory that goes with it. At E2 Custom Creations, we offer custom laser engraving for keepsakes, personalized gifts, home decor, signage, awards, and many other custom made-to-order products. Let us help you personalize a unique gift for a loved one, customize an item, or create promotional materials and awards for your business or athletic team. Our services include engraving and cutting on a variety of materials, including wood, acrylic, leather, granite, marble, glass, and coated metals, just to name a few. If you have an idea, reach out and let's talk about how we can bring your idea to life.
Welcome back to Lucas Oil Stadium, where they'll do the trophy presentations here momentarily. Wanted to make sure that we were on the air for that. What a year.
Yeah, 12-3. They've won the first sectional, not the first sectional in 2A, but they got the first regional in 2A. I get confused on that. Definitely the first semi-state.
See, now they're lining up again. What's that about?
They'll hand medals out. Medals out, and then they do the medals out, and then they introduce the Trester Award, I believe.
Yeah, I just noticed that someone sent the note to you, Heather, as they've been responding all game, saying once a minor, always a minor.
That's very true. This will be a team that will be remembered. Only 3 teams in the history of Linton football, at least modern football, have ever gotten to the championship game. And what you can hope if precedence takes case. Are you trying to listen to something?
Middle Attitude Award winner.
I call it the Trust Award. It's wrong all the way.
The Indianapolis Colts, presenting sponsor of the IHSAA State Tournament, will award a 1,000 scholarship to the winner's school. On behalf of the IHSAA, please join us in saying thank you to the Indianapolis Colts for their generous support of student athletes and high school football. After we announce the name of the recipient, we invite his parents to join him on the field. The recipient of this award was selected by the IHSAA Executive Committee. The student was nominated by his principal, athletic director, and coach, and excelled in mental attitude, athletic ability, scholarship, and leadership during his 4 years of high school. The winner of the 2024 Blake West Mental Attitude Award for Class 2A football is Hayden Daniel Feltner of Linton-Stockton High School.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hayden Feltner of Linton-Stockton High School is the winner of the 2024 Mental Attitude winner for Class 2A.
Wow. Oh, that couldn't be better. Wow.
This award embodies what we instill in our players. On behalf of the entire Colts organization, we congratulate you on winning the Indianapolis Colts Blake West Mental Attitude Award.
Is that his mom?
That's his mom, Danielle. First grade teacher at
dad?
Linton-Stockton. And sister Avery.
Wow. That's all I can keep thinking.
Well, that gives us a couple of them now.
So mom and dad must have known. Or do they run them out there at the last minute?
I'm not sure how they do it. I've never known them to know in advance, but they sure are quick with.
They had him out there.
Maybe Darren has a hand in that.
He's a great kid.
He really is. Never seems to get too ruffled. Always seems to be as polite as can be. Had a great season coming into this game. 54 catches.
I know how much the Piners mean to everyone in Linton. Hayden, what did it mean for you and your senior class to continue on this rich football tradition and make it to Lucas Oil Stadium?
It was a dream come true. My senior year, I couldn't ask for a better ride.
We know you also played for a state championship in basketball. You were competing in track and field. How difficult is it? How rewarding is it to be a three-sport athlete these days? Congratulations, best of luck in the future. Maybe we'll see you at some. Thank you.
Hayden Feltner, the Class 2A Mental Attitude Award winner for the IHSAA.
I'm always amazed how the parents can stay composed.
Yeah, they don't usually. If they were interviewing Mom, she probably would become uncomposed. He's just a great kid.
Well, great kid, great family. The Miners lined up here, as Big D said, to get their runner-up medals.
Well, you hope, like I was getting ready to mention, came up here in 2015, didn't get it done. Came back in 2016 and did get it done. So they'll have, this certainly will be on their minds. A lot of guys coming back, some big holes to be filled. Feltner being one of them. Who develops to be that other outside receiver? Does Paul move to quarterback?
Now they're going to announce each individual player to receive their medal. It is going in numeric order.
Talking to Coach Oliver now on the television show. Russell Goodman, he'll be back. He started since he's a freshman. There's one of the seniors, McBride.
Braylon McBride.
Certainly Jesse Voigtchild.
A couple of freshmen, Trenton Crines and Drake Netherland.
And Trenton Crines was on the kickoff team a couple of times, so we've called his name a few times.
Harrison James.
And he recovered the fumble that we hoped was going to get us back in this contest.
And you know what's pretty cool? Mr. Tim Grove, superintendent, is putting the medals on each of the players. You know, in talking with him and obviously at the school, but he said one of his proudest moments is being able to do this, and it's got to be even finer now that he's putting the medals around those Linton-Stockton Miners.
Yeah.
Tyson Walker.
Tyson Walker is one of those seniors that didn't see a lot of playing time, cracking the lineup, got in to play some linebacker. When Gamble was hurt, was able to get in there and spell a couple of guys, but he made his name on the long snapper, which we didn't mention a lot, but that's an important job. And then also on the special teams, he called his name quite a bit on kickoffs. Corey Andrews, like I got to say, they're my numbers, but he just needed 9 to tie and 10 to break Brent Sparks' record from 1986. I had him for I gotta go dig deeper. 16 tackles unofficially, so he's the the new record holder as far as I'm concerned. And you call these young kids down there, you wonder who's going to step up next year. Tanner Scarborough, you got to mention him because he's been battling a condition and that affects his leg, or I don't really know how to explain it, but he's been seeking medical treatment. Chris Lyons is another kid who moved around quite a bit in the lineup before settling in at guard when Scarborough went down.
Now they're awarding the
Are these managers or
student managers, which is really kind of cool. They've been with the team.
There's quite a few of these.
Now they'll be lining up to have their official portrait taken by the official Indiana High School Athletic Association state finals photographer, Double Edge Media. Now they're giving the coaching staff, athletic trainer,
Damian Giles, Landon Giles,
Those are
Dr. Eric Wilson, Archie Elliott,
Dr. Eric Wilson.
Yeah, he was my
president of the school board, and then Archie Elliott, pastor for the team.
He was my backup when I played tight end. Was Eric? I mean, he became a doctor. I became a musician, so I kind of lost that battle. Yeah.
Assistant Principal Jesse State, Athletic Director Darren Clayton, Principal Mike Riggleman, Assistant Coach Mickey Toster,
Athletic Director Darren Clayton, Principal Mike Riggleman,
Assistant Coach Evan Magny,
of course Evan just had triplets, so I know that they're watching at home.
Assistant Coach Wes Franklin,
And most of these guys are mentioning were former minor players, great minor players. Mickey Tosti, a great fullback, and Evan Magny still holds a single season record rushing in one game.
Offensive Coordinator Jim Jennings,
I know how hard this has got to be for Jake Jennings too, because this is his last. Hunter and
the Jennings clan.
You still have a daughter?
He does. Layla, who's a freshman.
Layla's
volleyball. And then I'm going to put one on Mr. Grove. Gives me chills.
Well, if there's any Jennings female that could play football, I got to figure it's got to be a Jennings. Now, Paul Oliver's their cousin, so they've still got some family going, but it's got to be strange next year without calling a Jennings on that team.
Now the Miners are getting their official football picture taken.
And this is always tough because,
And the cheer team will be able to join them as well.
Because you're not happy that you didn't win, so the faces on this picture are always.
But state runner-up is pretty awesome.
It's awesome, but I know that's the way they look at it. Is this is not what I wanted. But when you get a week down the road and you start thinking about that season, you realize what a great season it was.
Or when you years later walk in there and see it on the wall.
I know.
It's like, I remember that.
I do, yeah. And there was some concern that they may not, win a section.
The trophy, the run-up trophy, and game ball have been presented to the captains, seniors actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of sad kids down there.
We do want you to stay tuned because we do have a video feature we're going to be showing before we sign off that features the seniors for Linton-Stockton. Why don't we go ahead and do that right now? This is Rader Media Sports.
I'm Jesse Woodschild with the senior class. I've been playing football since I was in second grade. My favorite football memory, each time that we went to Woodland Bible Camp, spending 3 days on the grind.
My name is Brennan McBride. I'm with the senior class. I'm playing football since I was about 4 years old. Favorite memory would probably be beating Sullivan twice in 1 year.
Hi, my name is Tebow. I'm in 12th grade. I've been playing football since I was in second. And my favorite memory with the boys is Woodland Bible Camp.
I'm Colin Webster. I'm with the senior class. I've been playing football since I was in second grade. And my favorite memory has to be when we beat Sullivan on their home field for the sectional championship. I'm Hayden Feltner. I'm with the senior class. I've been playing football since the second grade. Favorite memory is beating Sullivan in the sectional championship.
My name's name's Hank Jennings. I'm with the senior class. I've been playing football since I was about 3 years old, and my favorite memory is probably chasing half the team around with a big old snake at Woodland Bible Camp.
Welcome back. Big D, do you want to go over the statistical story of this ball game?
I'll do it as quickly as I can for the final time, just to be able to say some of these guys' names for the last time, at least football atmosphere. The Miners offense, Jesse Voigtchild, 15 carries for 54 yards, 2 carries for Cooper Smith for 20, 6 for Russell Goodman for 18, 5 for 25, Braley McBride, 2 for 1 for Oliver. We never did really see Paul at the quarterback position.
Well, we did for a couple of plays.
That was
it.
Yeah, short distance. 32 carries, 124, just a 3.8 average. Passing tonight, 12 of 24, still hitting on 50%. For 62 yards was Braley McBride. The big number, of course, did get a touchdown pass to Paul Oliver, but the 4 interceptions definitely played a big role, especially the 2 early ones that got us down. But plenty of game time for the Miners to come back, and they just didn't do it. So just a good effort by Adams Central. The receiving yards, 4 for 22 for Voigtchild, 3 for Hayden Felter for 19, 3 for Paul Oliver for 14, and a score. 1 for 4 for Cooper Smith, 1 for 3 for Russell Goodman. So 62 passing, 124 running, just 186. Definitely the best job anybody's done against the Miner offense all season long. Defensively, definitely want to congratulate Corey Andrews, 16 tackles. A tackle for a loss tonight puts him on top of the leaderboard. Tate Gamble as a freshman, 10 tackles, 7 tackles for Hayden Feltner, 5 for Aiden Sparks, 4 for Trenton Howard, and Jesse Voigtchild had one of his better nights defensively with 9 tackles. For the Jets, it was a 3-headed monster, really. 4-headed if you really want to talk about. 4 guys carried the ball tonight. 19 carries from Mark Heiser, 75. He got the rough inside the paint jobs, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Hershey, 12 carries, 107. He has 2 touchdowns. Jamison Roach, the quarterback, 3 touchdowns, 18 carries, 132 yards. And then Joey Everett, number 21, with 5 carries for 56 yards. They end up with 370 on the ground. Passing, they didn't have to do much. 1 of 7 is all they had. 8 yards is all they ever had. One catch was made by Braylon Reber. They did have one that was dropped at the 4. So their total yardage is going to be 378. Defensively, Hayden Bloom with 7 tackles, 6 from Cameron Fravel, 6 from Max Carr, 6 from Carson Schnitz, Braylon Reber, I think I just said that. So they were very solid all the way around. First down wise, definitely in favor of Adams Central. It's the first time all season, other than the first week, that we got out rushed. 19-13 on the first downs. Probably the bad number for Linton, other than interceptions, was 1 of 10 third downs. Just that alone set up 4th down situations. We were 2 of 5 there. Just a game you just have to bow down and then congratulate Adams Central. They were the better team tonight. They're blocking those plays that the quarterback was able to get outside and run. There was just nobody there. Well, why there was nobody there. They were blocked. They were pushed inside. So just a great job. Your hat has to go off to them.
But we also have to thank these Linton Miners for giving us the thrill of a lifetime. What a season. I mean, it was just a wonderful season. And if you're still playing football now, then you're exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, they reached their goal of getting here. They wanted to bring home the trophy, and I totally understand that. But I think they exceeded. There was a little bit of, like we've talked about it several times, the beginning of the year, that kind of going around, a little injury, the numbers being low, not having the depth, because we lost a good class, and we lost a couple of the people that went to other schools, so you immediately had a depth issue. And the coaches, we've talked about it 10 times this year. The coaching had to make enough changes this year, put people around. I really do still think I want to say the magic just didn't fall today for us. That the plays that normally break didn't break, and the things that went against us, and we couldn't come back from it.
Well, we want to say thank you to these following sponsors who signed on at the very beginning of the season, have been promoted in every broadcast, as well as every game day post, as well as everything in between. And those season sponsors are Jordan and Vaught Insurance for pregame, Linton Cycle Sales for scoreboard, Klusner Construction starting lineups. Key Associates of Linton quarter sponsor. Walton Funeral Home press box sponsor. Michelle Stanger of Stanger Homes for touchdown sponsor. Valdico Insurance for the player of the game, and E2 Custom Creations for post-game sponsor. Then we'd like to thank these minor pride sponsors: Lynn Sporting Goods, Jathan Wright with Indiana Farm Bureau, Team Ortho, Audrey Sparks with Richard Brown Insurance, The Grill of Linton, Crane Credit Union, Alicia Cornelius with Indiana Farm Bureau, and Corey Motter of Century 21 Sheets, as well as the season sponsors for regular games: Fish Monuments of Linton, Violet and Company, Carell's Gas of Linton, John Preble with the City of Linton, Brock Anderson Construction, Green Streets, T.Y. Builders, Autumn Trace of Greene County, Save a Lot of Linton, Pizza Hut of Linton, Casey's of Linton, Rick Crines of Crines Auto Detailing. Our month-to-month sponsor, Midwest Satellite of Linton. Then our friends and supporters of Rader Media Sports: Dan and Teresa Carpenter, Jake, Becky, and Todd Young, Donnie and Marilyn Clayton, Margaret Ann Simon, Veach Cattle of Bloomfield, Larry and Rita Smith, Tim and Joan Warwick. And then we should also mention Hall's Excavating for being the timeout sponsor for the state finals matchup. So we have lots to share once we get back home. Watch for lots of graphics to post, pictures to post, and wrap up information for this season. But I want to personally thank you both. We want to thank Greg Elliott for sitting in a game, as well as Darren Clayton for sitting in a game. And what a ride this has been this fall.
Yeah. Final word from you, Big D?
Well, my final word would be we've got to always remember these guys that put such effort into making this program what it is. And Braylon McBride, Jesse Voicechild, Hayden Feltner, Colin Webster, Tyson Walker, Trenton Howard, Hank Jennings, and don't want to forget Josh Singleton as well. So, their football careers are over at Linton High School. But, like I said,
once a minor, always a minor.
Yeah, if you see these kids around, because believe me, this will bother them. It'll bother them for probably forever that they didn't bring it home. So you always tell them about a great play you remember, or how great that night with Brownstown Central, or beat Sullivan 6 times. And in fact, this class has the most wins over Sullivan in any class in history, because we played them in sectional. So there's a way more pluses. You can't let the end of this game score make you think anything else. This was a dang good team. Many people said it's not the best, but it is the toughest. I'd argue that it could be up there in the realms of the best, because they had a lot of weapons.
We want to thank the Indiana High School Athletic Association for entrusting us to bring the games, obviously, to you this season as well. Kevin?
I just want to get this in because it was a wonderful football season, once in maybe a blue moon football season. But basketball is coming, and I think we're all excited about what could come for these boys in basketball as well.
Yeah, they'll have to make a quick change, and you go from violence to finesse. It's kind of, the guy comes in for a layup, it's like, oh, don't tackle him. It's not 3rd and goal.
Yeah, 46-6. The Miners lose this one to the Jets of Adams Central. Heather?
Well, for one final time this football season, for Dan Phillips, Kevin Rader, and myself, this is Rader Media Sports.